Look inside yourself. You are more than what you have become. Remember who you are. Remember.
What's up, and welcome to the show. I have done it yet again, Chase. I have forgot to hit record.
Oh me!
Forgot to hit record. So I just hit it. I just freaking hit it. Joe's Jungle Cruise. What's up, man? Welcome in. So those
Welcome
of you
to the
joining
podcast, people on the podcast. Yeah, you don't get the intro this week because
I can still put it in there. I can put it in there. That's no big deal. I'm gonna put it in there for them. But they did miss the what's up. I love it. This is the price of doing things live, right? It's the price of doing things live.
You did remember to empty your memory out this time, right?
Yes, I got full memory. I've got
okay.
We got 5.5 hours, so we're good there.
Man, we'll just keep going until early in the morning.
I mean, why not, right? Why not? I'm sure we can find plenty to talk about. Hey, Wishes. So today's agenda. We are actually, so if you're joining us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we're live everywhere right now. Or if you're just listening to the audio version, we're also live on TikTok this week. Going live on TikTok. Chase, I just got a notification that you're live on YouTube, so that's good. That's working.
Oh, man. Well, I actually got a notification you're live on Facebook, so...
There you go. That's
the first time I ever got your notification from Facebook.
That's hilarious. So everybody, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Share it out. Just tap, tap, tap. Savannah is the queen of tapping that screen. That rhymed. That was good.
That was good.
That was good. So today's show, Chase just got back from Disney. So we're going to talk about his quick trip down there. He is the king of making quick trips to Disney. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about his disaster getting home, which always seems to happen now that I think about it.
Well, only happens when you don't take direct flights.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have a choice this time. There was no direct flights I could book, so it's just the way it was.
Right. So Andrew Ford,
Andrew
evening.
In the house.
But yeah, and then we're gonna play a little Would You Rather. So to get things going, Chase, how you doing, man?
I'm tired. I'm still recovering from I didn't sleep much last night, and then I had to get up early this morning to fly back. So
yeah, it happens. I know. What time was it? It was right around 5 o'clock our time.
Central time. I woke up at 4. Well, I got up at it was 4:30 Eastern time when I got up this morning to go to the airport. Yeah, and my flight was boarded at 6 Eastern, so 5 Central.
Right. Yeah. And then you hit a little disaster. But
I was supposed to get home by 9:30 Central, but I didn't get home to the airport in Birmingham at 9:30 Central, and I didn't get home Birmingham till after 11, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So walk us through it, dude. Walk us through it. You flew down Thursday night.
Flew down Thursday night. Actually, I actually flew to Tampa. I have some good, really good friends of mine. I've known them for 18, 19 years. They live in Tampa now. They just moved down to Tampa. Actually, right a month after I moved away from Orlando. It was just kind of, It was just we just missed each other on that whole deal. They're big Disney people too. So yeah, I flew down, stayed at their house Thursday night. Then I drove up. They were going to go up with me to the parks on Friday. They couldn't go on Friday, so they let me borrow one of their vehicles, and I drove up Friday morning and did Magic Kingdom. Actually, I was going to just go to Epcot, stay at Epcot all day, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to Magic Kingdom. So I got up that way, and the I-4 was a parking lot, which it normally is. So I actually, in the time I lived down there, learned some back roads to go around I-4. So I took some back roads up to Disney. So I got up there, stayed at a friend's house in Orlando Friday night, and so I did that. So I went to the house first, just dropped all my stuff off, and then I grabbed a reservation at Steakhouse 71 so I could park at the Contemporary because I didn't want to park, in the general
hot tip in
parking
case
lot.
you don't know. Hot tip.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what to do with that tip because if you don't want to eat there, there's things you have to do I'm going to let y'all figure that out because I don't want to be putting that information out there because we don't want people to catch on to
right.
that.
You don't want people to start taking advantage of it and
but there's a
lose that loophole.
Yeah, lose that little loophole. But so yeah, parked at Contemporary because actually I wanted to go back to Contemporary after I left Magic Kingdom anyway, so that worked out perfect. So yeah, I walked over to Magic Kingdom, and I was like, what do I want to do? So actually, I walked down Main Street. Oh, so it was this past week was Mardi Gras, right?
Yep.
And so they actually had some bands from Louisiana coming down Main Street. Some high school bands were playing coming down Main Street as I walked up Main Street. So I stopped and listened to them, and they're playing, some like New Orleans type, jazzy music coming down Main Street. So I stopped and watched them. That was really cool. The Slidell High School was one of the bands. There was a second band, and I don't remember which school it was. But anyway, so I stopped and watched them for a minute, and then I was like, People Mover, because masks were gone. So masks are optional.
Yep.
And on all indoor spots, all the rides, and I was like, yes. I was like, I haven't rode a ride at Magic Kingdom in so long without a mask on. So I was like, People Mover is my first stop. So that's my favorite thing. One of my favorite things to do. And so went over and rode the People Mover. It was like like a 5-minute wait. It was really quick.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm doing Splash Mountain. So then I went over and did Splash Mountain after that. Two great rides. And speaking of Splash Mountain, I had a little package arrive while I was out of town.
Which one is it?
So
I got that one. I got that one. So it doesn't look as pretty as yours right now. But so for those of you watching on the old Tiki Talk,
I can't see that one. It's whited out. There we go.
I've got that one. It's the same one. It's the same. This is what Chase is showing us right here on the old YouTube.
So it's not painted, and on the back,
you get the Satisfactual Sign Co stamp. So yeah, there it is. There it is. You can see it now. He didn't give you the hidden Mickey. Hidden Mickey.
Not on this one. The other one has it though.
Oh, you're out of focus bad.
Yeah, the autofocus is not on.
Yeah. So but yeah, so for those of you listening, Chase was showing Splash Mountain sign that you've heard us talk about him. You've heard him on the show. Derek from Satisfactual Sign Co. Does these beautiful signs, and it's a Splash Mountain sign, and it has Brer Rabbit on top of it. Absolutely awesome. Love that sign.
What's up, Anthony? Welcome in. L's in the house.
Trouble.
Welcome to the show. And then my other
over here.
My other one arrived.
Yes. Love the You May Get Wet sign.
You May Get Wet. This is his version 2. So he had a first version. This is his second version. It's much larger.
Right.
You can see, obviously, look, compared to my head, it's pretty big.
Yep.
I have a big head, so. And then this one does have the hidden Mickey.
That one's got the hidden Mickey on the back. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So, and the one, those of you on TikTok, he was showing the You May Get Wet sign, the one you see over here on my shoulder. Those of you listening to the podcast audio only, come over and check it out on YouTube. I've got videos of them on the old TikTok too. So there you go.
These are good. These are good size signs, and I can't wait to find a place to hang these up somewhere.
Hatbox Ghost, welcome in.
Hatbox Ghost in the house, welcome in.
Keeping it classy, Garth. What's up, dude? He is actually down in Disney right now. At the Edison. Yeah, hitting it up.
Nice.
Animal Kingdom bright and early in the morning.
Get the smoked old fashioned.
He's probably already ordered.
You'll thank me later.
Probably already ordered. But
we'll go ahead and order one of those.
Who knows? Go ahead and order something else, Garth. Get it in there. You know what, Garth? If you're free next week, come on. Let's do a trip report, because you don't get to go down to Disney much. He's a Disneylander mostly. He is a Disneylander. So, but anyways, going back to your trip.
Yep. So yeah. So excuse me. Yeah. So Road Splash Mountain, and without a mask again, so that was awesome. And it was so I actually got the back row, which is like, I was by myself, so I was like expecting to be on the front row just because, like, it's every time I'm by
Right.
myself, I'm always on the front row, and I was like, I'm gonna get soaked. But now I got the back row, and this couple was sitting in front of me. They were like dancing the whole time through the ride to the Splash Mountain music. It was so cool to see the
That's
guy
hilarious.
he was just like, just like dancing around the whole time.
That's fantastic.
I was like, that was cool. But so none of the water effects were on. Like, so the cannons. So yeah, I figured now that they own. So the cannons, over the big drop that hits you when you're going up that lift hill.
Right.
They weren't on, and then after you go down the big drop and you come around, the waterfall was still off.
Interesting.
And they just refurbished the ride, so I was kind of like hated to see that. I was like, man, well, they could have turned those back on, because I know they just turned them off when everybody started wearing the mask. They turned them off so people, I guess, wouldn't get their mask wet or something.
Right.
Even though it gets soaking wet when you go down the big drop anyway.
Well, if you're wearing the mask and you're at Disney, it's getting soaking wet anyways because you're sweating your butt off.
This is true. The weather was amazing. So it was like 84, 85 degrees both days. Humidity was lower than Alabama right now.
Right.
You know how humid it is outside right now.
Oh,
It was. I literally, and I sweat horribly, just because the environment that I worked in for so many years.
Yeah.
Working in the operating room, and it's cold, low humidity. So I'm outside in humidity. I'm sweating, and I sweat, just sweat a lot just because of that. But I didn't sweat hardly a drop either day. And I was out it was complete sunshine, like no clouds both days. There was a little bit of a breeze blowing. It was nice. The weather was it was like perfect Disney weather. And there were park passes available for APs for all 4 parks, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend.
That's crazy.
So the wait times, I didn't think they were that bad, really.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So then Road Splash, and then, excuse me, and then just came back over to Main Street, just kind of sat around in front of the castle for a few minutes. Caught a little bit of the stage show. I hadn't seen the stage show since it started. Caught a little bit of that. I wasn't there. The timing was all for catching the parade. The parade started back right now. Has the parade started back yet, or is it not started back yet?
I don't remember. I don't remember now.
Hey, Disney Worlders. Hey,
yeah,
D-Lo.
so just catch up real quick. Lisa T, D-Lo, Disney Worlders, they've all joined in. Samantha Lowe joining in on YouTube.
Sam.
Hey, Black Science over on TikTok has some questions for us, Chase.
Okay.
So I do want to answer these. This is a good question. I like this because it is really, I don't know. I haven't heard it before. What is your favorite fictional food?
Favorite fictional food?
That's a great question.
Huh.
Like, you gotta, like, a question like that, you gotta hit us before, because that is a good one.
If I had to just like pick something randomly out of the air,
Yeah,
because I can't think of anything, Jogan fruit from Star Wars.
Yeah.
But that's like I'm just like randomly grabbing something. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know how to answer that. Like,
because
I can't even think of a fictional dish off the top of my head.
Yeah, I know. Like, I have to look up, because like there would be things definitely from Star Wars that I think would be super intriguing to try. In which they're obviously trying to make those happen, but
yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah.
I've definitely have heard mixed reviews on the food.
Right.
At the Star Cruiser, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's a great freaking question, though. I love that.
Actually, and speaking of Jogan fruit, they actually have some of the dishes and like desserts. I think they say they have Jogan fruit on them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that actually is. It's probably like passion fruit or something. Who knows? But Yeah,
Right.
wow, that's a crazy question. Okay.
That really is. That really is. I hope they come through with their others. They said they had a few of them. But yeah. I mean, like we've got the blue and green milk, right? Like that would have been a big one from the beginning, like from just the movies. But
Yeah, I wish they would have really made blue and green milk.
right.
Emphasis on the milk portion.
I tell you what would be
instead of blue and green
what's up, man?
oil-based plant-based drink.
Yeah, right. Scooby snack.
Hey, Chris.
That's awesome. What about some roasted pork?
Yeah.
I think that could be in that. Would it taste like chicken? I wonder.
Roasted pork is still
Killer
pork.
beard. Thanks, dude. No, Mom, we are not going blue shrimp. That is not.
I have heard bad stuff about the blue shrimp.
I mean, is that surprising?
Disney Food Blog said it was not good, and Disney Food
That's
Blog.
bad when it's coming from her.
All about the Disney food, but
Yeah.
they said it was very fishy smelling and tasting. That's not good. That's not good with shrimp. You don't want shrimp having a fishy taste or smell.
Right. Tim Tracker had a fish. I don't remember which one he had, but he said that it wasn't fishy smelling at all.
Okay.
He said he's not a seafood guy. He's not a fish guy, but he said
the fish probably was imported, like flew in on another transport from living with the land.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking through here. What about Jabba's Patty Frog Snacks?
Jabba's Patty Frog Snacks. What is that even supposed to be?
So, the patty frogs that Jabba's eating,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess frog legs, I guess, is basically what it would be, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But anyways. All right, so what have you not talked about?
Okay, so let's see. All right, so yeah, I watched a little bit of the Sage Show, left MK, hopped on the monorail real quick over to Contemporary because I wanted the monorail cookies and cream cupcake from the Contempo Cafe.
Okay.
So I hopped on there. That way, I'll let you out right up there by it. So hopped on there, mobile ordered that, walked over, grabbed it, went out, hopped in the truck, went back to my friend's house, put it in the fridge, and then hopped on over to Epcot.
Right.
And so let's see. I'm trying to think what I did. Went into Epcot, rode Spaceship Earth.
Okay.
And then went over and rode Soarin' and Living with the Land. Then I'm trying to think what I did after that. Then after that, I actually went over towards Test Track. They have the Sunshine Griddle food booth for the Flower and Garden Festival. This is the first week of Flower and Garden.
Right.
So I went over there and I grabbed the shrimp and grits dish. I grabbed the fried cinnamon roll bites and the Fruit Loops shake.
Right.
And let's see, I think I do have a picture I took.
Neil Diaz is over here on TikTok. He's talking about Le Cellier when he's talking about food, and then he said he passed out on they passed out on Mission Space or Mission to Mars rather. Mission to Mars. Hey Dana and Amy, welcome in, dude. Yeah, so I saw your pictures. Is the Fruit Loops shake, is that good?
It was amazing. So
hey Heather, welcome in.
Yes, it was great. So it's like basically it's a milkshake, and they just pour Fruit Loops in the milkshake, blend it together, and then garnish it with Fruit Loops on top. And it's amazing, and it tastes just like you're drinking like Fruit Loops milk, basically.
That's awesome.
It was super good. The shrimp and grits were great. The shrimp was cooked really well. It had like a brown gravy on it.
Right.
And then a corn salsa on top, and then the grits I think were cheddar grits, I believe.
Okay.
They were really good. The shrimp had really good spice. I really liked the corn salsa on there. I thought that was interesting. I don't remember if it had the corn salsa last year, because these dishes they had these dishes last year. And then the fried cinnamon roll bites, or it says bites, but they were actually big. They were
right.
I mean, they were probably about like that big.
Okay.
Each. Like, so then it was The picture had 2, but they're giving 3 out. So I guess they decided to up the size of the dish.
Gotcha.
So it actually was really good value, and it was filled, had a filling inside. It was like a cream cheese cinnamon sugar filling inside of it. Super tasty. And they were hot.
Real quick,
they served them hot. Huh?
We got some people over here on TikTok. They're asking. So we're live on YouTube as well. So you go over to my profile, you'll see where you can click on there. The YouTube link is there. We're live on YouTube as well. And just catch up on the chat. Dana says Flower and Garden is the best of the festivals. AAU Triton, welcome in, Ian. Fruit Loop Shake sounds like it could go either way, and that's exactly what I was thinking. Honestly,
I mean, they had it last year, and honestly, like the color can be different daily depending on how many, like, what's the dominant color Fruit Loops that they blend into it.
Right.
Sometimes it'll be green. Sometimes the one I got was kind of a reddish color.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it was purple some last year, because I had it several times last year, and it was kind of different colors depending on the day. I guess depending on, like I said, depending on what color Fruit Loops were mixed together in what way.
Right.
Kind of makes a different color, which is kind of cool. That it's not the same color every day, but it tastes the same every time. I always thought it had a great tastes like a good like vanilla milkshake with like a good Fruit Loops flavor all the way through it. And it had like the Fruit Loops were like ground up like real fine in it, so they weren't like, it wasn't like chunks of them. It was kind of just like, you could drink it down real smooth with a straw.
Ian saying sugar coma afterwards.
Nobody probably knows. I've had some GI issues going on for like the last few weeks.
Right.
I actually lost like 25-30 pounds in like 2 weeks. Haven't been eating a lot. So I actually going to the doctor Tuesday to see if I can figure out what's going on with me. I actually didn't eat all of that. I ate maybe half of what was there and threw the rest of it in the garbage. And that's something I never do at a festival. I felt horrible for spending that money and throwing it away, but I was so full after eating that little bit, I couldn't eat anything else.
Yeah.
But it was what I ate was really, it was great. And the sad thing is that's like basically all I had till late that night, because I just couldn't eat anything else. Like I was so full. Yeah,
which, if you don't know Chase, he is a Disney food connoisseur. Yeah, I mean, when he was local, when he lived down at Disney, he would be sitting there. Hey, welcome in, Justin. Justin's over from the TikTok. He just joined us on YouTube. So he would go live from the parks and would always be eating. Of course, what was even funnier was you never got pictures for the gram, and Elle would get extremely upset with you.
I would sometimes, and sometimes I'd forget.
Right.
But it's like I guess it's just like I'm live on YouTube showing it. So if you want to see it, look at the YouTube video.
Yeah, but you still gotta get pictures for the gram, dude. Do it for the gram.
Know, dude,
do it for the gram.
Well, and of course I did have 2 phones then, because I had a work phone and I had but like once I didn't have after the point where I only have 1 phone now, I can't do that anymore. Like it's either one or the other. I can't really do both. Well, you can actually, and that's the only thing I think on the Android. If you click out of the stream will keep going, and I can take pictures and go back to the stream. If you do it on an iPhone, it crashes the stream.
Right.
Yeah. So
see, and I'm the worst Disney creator, right? Because I don't take pictures of anything that people want to see. Hey, Savannah, welcome in. People hopping over from TikTok. That's awesome. Because I always am getting pictures of the boys and Sarah. Like I'm never getting the nice, pretty Instagram pictures. So yeah. Justin, you're from Philadelphia. You're probably going to meet some other people in the chat from your area. We get a lot of people from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia area in here. It's really cool. Really cool. But
that's some other, like, it shows a few other photos. I just took some random photos.
Dude, so how does that look in person?
It looks amazing in person.
Tell everybody what you're talking about.
So this is the Xandarian ship in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's like the kind of the centerpiece as you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk in the Guardians, whenever that opens, I'm gonna leave it focused like that. That way it'll show my pictures really good. Here is.
We don't want to see your ugly mug, anyways.
Yeah, I don't really. Here's coming in the front. You got Goofy. Actually, so the birthday cake's got the 50 on top of it. There he's holding. So
nice.
for the 50th anniversary.
Nice. So you should have sent me these beforehand.
Dude, I've just been tired today, man. I've not thought about doing anything.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Here's a good little picture I took.
Dude, I think that's probably what I'm most excited about is getting to see Spaceship Earth with the lights. Like, dude, it looks so freaking amazing.
And it's still it actually wasn't completely dark yet, so the pictures that was
But that looks so cool. I mean, even without being dark.
And honestly, the camera can't do it justice,
Right. Golly. That looks so good, dude. Those are awesome pictures. If you want to see those pictures, you're listening to the audio only. Come over to YouTube. And fast forward. We're about 25 minutes in. You can fast forward to see those pictures there. But yeah, they look fantastic.
Yeah, so that's the ate the food. And so then I remembered. So yeah, this was like kind of a crazy day. So then I went over to the creation shop to check out the flower and garden merch, and picked up the new magic bands, the pass holder and the regular festival magic band. I don't have those sitting on the table in front of me. I forgot to grab them. They're in my bag still. I haven't unpacked yet. So, and then I remembered that they're doing the annual pass holder, the new annual pass holder magnet, but it's at Disney Springs instead of Epcot like it used to be. So, if you've never been a pass holder, so they give out every so often. They give out like magnets to the pass holders. I'll run and grab it real quick, but I'll keep talking. But if you're an annual pass holder, like every so often they have special like magnets they give to the pass holders, and you have to show your pass holder and your pass holder card. You have to show your ID.
Right.
And it's in the past they always had them during the festivals at Epcot, and you would just they had them for like every festival or like not necessarily always festivals, but they had them for different times of the year. So this is the one that they handed out.
Nice.
For the pass holders this time. And it's got a little iridescent on it. It's like it's kind of sparkly. But that's the one.
Saying he hates the new magnets.
Yeah, I just don't like the new logo because I don't like the animation style. I like the old logos because it was the classic Mickey Mouse.
I still hadn't been able to understand this change. I mean, like obviously, there's been there's always progression with the animation and the characters and so on, but I feel like we just went complete like Tim Burton style here. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and another thing they're doing too is like you used to just walk up, show your pass, and get it. You had to join a virtual queue to get it. So and you have to be within 45 miles of Disney World to join the virtual queue, which I was obviously on property.
Right.
But I hopped on my app as I was leaving Epcot, and it said it was going to be like 30 minutes. So I joined the virtual queue, drove over to Disney Springs, and the bad part is like, regardless of which garage you park at, it was at the very last store in Disney Springs before you walk across the street to go down Hotel Boulevard. So it's like the very last little store next to the art gallery, all the way around, back around past Rainforest. So you have to literally walk across Disney Springs to the very end to the store where they had the magnets at. And I was like, and I told them that. I said, look, guys, I appreciate it in the magnets, but can y'all go back to Epcot? And this is what the guy said. He said, well, we're doing this so people wouldn't have to get park reservations to get them. I said, you just answered, like you just basically just made a point for not having the reservations right there.
I mean, I
told the guy.
Yeah, I kind of get it on one hand, but at the same time, like,
but it's not that hard to get a park pass for Epcot. It's usually the last one left.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting a park pass as a pass holder, usually Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom go first, then Animal Kingdom and Epcot's like kind of mix to toss up which one will go next. But usually Epcot's always left.
Right.
If you're trying to get a park pass. But yeah, so I drove over there just for that. Turned around, drove back to Epcot because I was like, if I didn't get it then, I was going to be so busy Saturday, we're going to be able to get it, and I probably wasn't. They're only doing them for this month. So I wouldn't have a chance to come back this month to go get them. So yeah, so I went over there and got that, and only one per pass holder. Did that, went back to Epcot, and just kind of walked around World Showcase, took in the ambiance a little bit, and then I met Jordan, Epcot Forever for the YouTube people.
Right.
He came and met me after he got off work, and we went over to Japan and sat around. He had actually just got back from Thailand. He was in Thailand for 2 months, and he
Okay.
brought me back a big bag of like stuff from Thailand. I actually left it all at my friend's house in Florida because I didn't have room to pack it, and I didn't want to like.
Oh man.
There was like some breakable stuff, and I didn't want to
Right.
break it.
Right.
So I just left it so I could get it next time I go down. But
Hey, Disney girl.
but yeah, so met up with him and actually ate at the little quick service there in Japan. And I'm trying to think of the name of it, and I can't remember the name of it. Katsura Grill, I think is the name of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had they had shrimp tempura udon.
Okay.
Super good. So they only had 2 pieces of shrimp, but they were like big shrimp. And tempura battered and fried. And then it had the udon noodles with like the broth and everything. Super good dish. It was a lot. It was a lot of food. I didn't eat all of that, but it was a really good dish. That's a really good kind of hidden gem is for a quick service. If you kind of like Japanese food, they had some sushi on the menu. They have the udon. They have ramen. They have some wings. I heard their wings are really. They have like some kind of spiced wings that I've heard are really good. But did that. Had a few drinks with him, and then we kind of left out before Harmonia started because we wanted to. He wanted to get out before the traffic hit, and we didn't. Neither one of us wanted to watch it because we don't like it.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, let me let Dakota out because she's literally begging me to go outside.
You do that. So real quick, Disney Girl on TikTok. We are live on YouTube, so you're hearing my co-host Chase there. And he's been talking about his quick trip down to Disney. Did a little festivals. Did some Magic Kingdom. Did you go anywhere else, Chase?
So that was just Friday.
Oh wow.
So I went back to the house and swam that night because Florida weather, the pool was 85 degrees.
Of course.
And so I swam after I got back, just relaxed, watched some YouTube. And then my friends from Tampa that I stayed with on Thursday night, they drove up Saturday morning, and we met up at Animal Kingdom right at Park Open.
Nice.
So went to Animal Kingdom Saturday morning. We basically did. So Everest is still down for refurbishment, so we didn't get to ride Everest, and everybody was sad because their youngest daughter she's just now tall enough to ride Everest, and she was so upset that she couldn't ride it because she was like she just got to ride Space Mountain for the first time a few weeks ago, and so she loves Space Mountain, and she wanted to ride Everest, and she was sad that we didn't get to ride that, but we got in there and. Safari was a walk-on when we got there, and their daughter has some. Won't go into details. She has some issues, so they have the disability access service pass for her, and so we grabbed one for Flight of Passage, and so we walked on Safari, and there wasn't a lot of animals. Like there was only one giraffe. We only saw one giraffe. It was really weird, but we saw a lot of elephants though. But there was like and then didn't see. Trying to think, I don't remember seeing any of the cheetahs. I don't think the cheetahs were out. We did see 3 lions though.
Cheetahs can be can be tough to see a lot of times.
Well, there was actually a human in there was actually one of the cast members was in the habitat walking around. So I bet so they were backstage.
Yeah, he's probably doing some kind of cleaning or repairs in there or something.
I think they were putting their food out. And we actually noticed it, and it was like looked like a fake skeleton, and it had like meat attached to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was kind of like it was like a fresh kill, like it was like a fake skeleton, and they attached meat onto it. Yeah,
that is cool.
That's what it looked like to us. Though it's kind of far away.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw the new baby rhino was out with the parents.
That's awesome.
Actually, wait. I think I got a picture. Hold on, let me look. I think I grabbed a picture. I actually caught some really good pictures on the safari. I'll show y'all a few of those.
Nice.
Make sure I swipe the correct way. Let's see. That's one of the babies, but that's not the newest baby.
Right.
Let's see. Right there. So I got a better one. All right.
Nice.
No. So that's about. They were kind of a little far off, but hold on. There we go.
So is that Ranger?
Yes, that's the newest baby. It says it just came. It's like one of the first days it's been out on the ride, actually. So
that's awesome. Hey, Casey.
I don't know if you can see the lions up there sleeping on the. Get a little bit closer if you can right here. All right. And then there's like 3 warthogs are out there.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, and then there's the turn the wrong way. The Dino Institute. James's favorite ride.
Dude, let's not go. No, let's not talk about
favorite ride.
It is the worst ride on
Dinosaur.
The absolute worst ride. We're not getting into
I love it. I love it. But yeah, so we went and rode
there's
that.
no way you love that ride.
I
don't love that. No,
I do love that ride.
No, you're lying. No, but it don't matter if you can quote it. It don't matter if you can quote it.
Somebody find Mel. Mel knows. Me and Mel both love this ride. Where's Mel at? Somebody get Mel on here.
No, nobody actually loves Dinosaur.
I love this ride.
Many people can quote things that they don't like.
Ride,
right?
Basically.
Well, again, people can quote things they don't like.
Why would you?
That don't mean you
don't like.
Because you've done it enough. You memorized it.
See,
Lisa T, you're lying.
Lisa likes it. Lisa likes it.
Lisa's lying. I know she's lying. She's just taking your side to give me grief. Dude, I know that. I already know.
I absolutely love that ride.
Nobody,
it's so fun.
Nobody likes that ride. It's the worst ride ever.
Whatever, man.
It makes little kids cry.
Whatever.
Man.
Talk to the hand.
It makes a little. You know what? You want me to talk to the hand? Hey guys. All right. So, anyways, let's move along because we all know nobody actually likes dinosaurs. So I had to kick Chase out. we gotta get this man back in his senses. He just left. He walked out. So Wishes says that ride bounces you off that ride bounces you off that ride. My daughter was 7 and I had to hold on to her. Yeah, it's horrible. Let's not get that dino. Chase just left. He's done. He doesn't want any part of it. For those of you joining us on TikTok, we are live on YouTube. You can find that link in my bio there. So yeah, dude, that's a horrible ride. Have I ever showed you that picture of Jameson after the ride or the videos?
You did show it to me. Poor guy.
Dude, that ride's horrible. And my mom was so mad at me. She was mad.
He will like it later. He'll like it later.
No, so he wrote it when he was 5. No, 4. He wrote it when he was 4. We didn't do it when he was 5. And then when we went back, when he was 6 or 7, he said, I want to try it again. I want to try it again.
Elle likes it too.
And okay, really? Really? Are you going to let Elle be your claim to sanity? Dude, come on.
I'm telling you, just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it.
Dude, nobody likes that ride.
Anywho, back to the trip. So
listen, I got to tell you real quick. So my mom was actually mad at me after Dinosaur because she rode it with us. Now Sarah was like, I'm not riding it. I'm not. But so does the dude who lives here. Oh, I guess she's talking about her husband.
Her husband.
I was like, wait, what?
The dude who lives here.
Yeah. Well, we already know that he
says 9.8 out of 10. See?
Yeah. Well, he also lives with Elle. So, what are you staring off at? What got your attention? Is there a ghost over there?
Big bug flew out in the house.
That was funny.
It was like flying. I thought it was about to fly in front of the. I thought it was about to fly in front of the camera. I was about to try and grab it out of the sky.
That's funny. But no, Mom was mad at me. She's like, because we told her beforehand, we're like, look, it's a really rough ride. It's and she's like, no, I want to ride it. I want to ride it. We got all. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, we did. We did.
I don't think it's that rough of a ride. I mean, I get off Rock and Roller Coaster sometimes thinking I've been hit by a Mack truck. So
dude, Rock and Roller Coaster is amazing.
I'm not. Did I say it was a bad ride? I didn't. I just said I get off that ride sometimes feeling like I've been hit by a Mack truck.
The only purpose for Dinosaur is to help.
Excuse me.
Is to help.
Hey, Brian's World.
Put money in chiropractors' pockets. That's the only purpose for dinosaur. I'm just saying. Anyways, continuing.
That was actually Primeval World's purpose in life.
Bring it back.
No.
We got picnic tables over there. Rock and roller coaster is
we
not
do.
hard.
It actually was sad to walk by that, and there's just like a bunch of just tables.
Just 2 picnic tables, right?
Yeah, just like nothing there.
And a fan.
Basically. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's like, come on, we need to put something in there.
Hey, Brian's World, welcome in.
But yeah, so we kind of zigzagged across the park just to kind of hit stuff as the wait times varied.
Right,
like I said, they had the return time for Flight of Passage. So actually, we went from Dinosaur over Flight of Passage. Got off Flight of Passage, and it had like gotten really warm outside. Like it wasn't like overbearingly hot, but a couple of people in the group was like, it's too cold. Like they were like, it's too cold to ride Cali, too cold to ride Cali, or
Right.
And then after Flight of Passage, and we come out, and they're like, it's pretty warm out here. I guess we can go ride Cali River Rapids now. And the wait was like 10 minutes maybe. So we walked over there, put our stuff in the lockers, rode Cali, and have you seen the TikTok of the guy on Cali River Rapids where they're like, when you tell your friend he's not gonna get wet?
No.
You haven't seen that one? So there's a TikTok video, and it's like a dude, and he's in like in a hoodie, and it's like, and you could tell it's Cali River Rapids because of the surroundings or whatever. And then like it's the little caption under it says, when you tell your friend he's not gonna get wet on the water ride, and they goes down the thing, and he's actually not facing backwards, he's actually facing forwards, but he literally got soaked on the ride.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So we were all like, yeah, as long as you're not the people that goes down backwards, you usually don't get that wet. Well, it was also a full raft, and it was all adult. It was basically all adults and like 2 little kids. And so we went down that thing, and I was not even remotely close to being backwards. And my buddy Alan that was with us, he was like, I'm probably going to get soaked because I always get soaked. Yeah. He didn't have a dry stitch of clothing on his body.
Wow.
He got off that ride. He was soaked from head. He looked like a wet dog.
That's hilarious.
He's got kind of longer hair, and he was just like shaking the hair off, and the water was going everywhere.
Right.
And but we all got like pretty wet. But see, I was the one person. Everybody else didn't wear dry fit clothing, and I wore dry fit clothing, so I was dry like 5 minutes later. Because it's Florida.
Yeah.
And they all had their like cotton shirts on. They're like, man, we're still wet, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm dry.
That's funny.
So then after that, we went over and did Navi River. Always good. Shaman was working. They said last time they rode, B mode was on last time they rode.
Gotcha.
So they were happy that Shaman was back working.
If you don't know what B mode is, that is, a substitute that they have. So for the Shaman, it is a screen.
Yeah, it's a screen that pops up. If you've ever rode Rise of the Resistance and you didn't see Kylo at the end of the ride, there's a B mode for if the Kylo animatronic's not working, and you see actually in the windows you see Kylo in his spaceship outside, and he's like going back and forth. So I've seen the B mode on that a few times. So, but so we rode Navi, and then trying to think, that was like that's all the rides there, right? Except for Triceratops Spin. And there's a cops going by the house or something.
I was wondering what that was. I didn't know if it was a siren or the dogs.
Yeah, I think no, not the dogs. The dogs are just curled up like napping now.
Yeah.
Wait. No, it is the dogs. I take it back.
It's hilarious. And you was just bragging earlier about how they don't do that.
Well, no, they're not. But it's not like they're not talking. I don't know what they're doing.
I love it.
Interesting.
I love it. So
that was they didn't want to do Triceratops Spin, and they don't their girls, they do not like Bugs Life, so we didn't do Bugs Life. They don't like the
you miss out not doing Bugs Life, dude. Tough to be a bug is great. It's great.
And then Lion King, Festival of the Lion King, like there was kind of like the timing was just like off. We weren't like. We'd had to wait till like later to do a show.
Right.
And so we didn't do that. So we ended up grabbing a snack, just like a little small snack, because we were going to Epcot to eat. So me and my friend Alan, we went ahead and left. I needed to run by the house for just a minute. And then we went to Epcot, and they ended up joining us at Epcot about an hour later. They wanted to go down one of the exploration trails, and we decided we didn't want to do that. So we went over and we walked on Spaceship Earth. There was no line. Then we went to Creation Shop, looked at some stuff. Went to Club Cool.
Mhm.
So Beverly, to me, Beverly's not that bad anymore because they have this new one from China, and it smells like smoky barbecue.
Mhm.
And it's supposed to be some kind of like plum tea, something.
Interesting.
To me, it tastes like it's horrible. It's like a savory something. It's just like
Okay.
not good at all. And my friend Alan, he was like, "I like this one." And I'm like, "Dude, that's the new Beverly." He was like, "Grab the Beverly." He was like, "This is horrible." And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I think Beverly is good compared to that." So
That's funny.
yeah, so we did
I,
Club Cool.
I saw a video of Jace, Derek's son, where he tried the Beverly for the first time not too long ago, and the look on his face was priceless. I cannot wait to get the boys with the Beverly.
Yeah.
So, catch up on the chat just a minute. So Sebastian said Harry Potter is super rough. But
It
at least
is.
yeah, it says
Yeah.
at least when they throw you around, it's poor story elements. In Dinosaur, you'll be in the dark for several seconds.
Well, and I
at
think the
different
problem, see,
segments.
the thing with Dinosaur is it's kind of, it's aged, and
Right,
I
right,
feel like they needed to improve some of the lighting in there. I think the lighting has just kind of gone dimmer as the years have gone on. That's
right.
actually going back to riding Spaceship Earth. Just last year, they had replaced the projector bulbs in
Mhm.
the first scene where you have like the woolly mammoth on the wall,
Right.
and you have like the cavemen like kind of trying to kill the woolly mammoth. Well, I think the projector bulbs are about going out again because it was so dark in there you could barely see anything happening on those screens.
Interesting.
So sad.
Interesting.
Like I guess those bulbs just burn out. Of course, I mean they run all day long for every day, so I guess
Right.
they burn out after a while. I'm sure they're not cheap,
Disney
bulbs.
Worlders. They said the last drop before the big one on Splash is kind of rough.
Last
There's
drop
a couple moments in Splash that can kind of jolt you around a little bit.
Last drop before the big one. Is that the one where you go like down and up and down like
Yeah,
that?
I think so. I think so.
No,
But
there's another one before that one, isn't there? Yeah, there's another one before that one. Because that you have that one, and then
yeah,
you
there's
kind
a
of
few.
you have
There's a
that
few
one. You
small
kind
ones.
of you have that one where you kind of like it's just like a roller coaster thing
Right.
almost. And then you go around to the right, and then you stop, and you drop one more time, and you're down in the bottom where all the frogs and stuff are.
Right.
And then you go up the big lift hill. Okay.
Right. I feel like at Splash they should just add a Grogu over there with the frogs. Just have one levitating.
Or you have some cast. So you actually have some cast members sneak in a Grogu like doll and like sit it on their in
That
there.
would be hilarious.
That'd be so funny.
That would be great. So you are a cast member and you are listening. We can get you the Grogu doll. We will provide that for you. Gosh, that would be so funny.
Yeah.
It's like that Instagram reel. Was it you that sent it to me? Yeah, I think it was.
Yes. That was really cool.
That was hilarious. But and I posted it to my stories. Yeah, that was last week, just before the podcast.
Yeah.
That was so funny. It was Mando and Grogu doing a TikTok trend, but Grogu was a scene where he had the frog levitating from the show, and it was actually Kermit. It was great. Anyways,
so then my friends joined back up, and then they grabbed a return for test track. So they wanted to ride Soarin'. So we ran over to Soarin', and so it was like 25-minute wait. We get to the land pavilion, and it's 20-minute wait. We go down the escalator. It's a 15-minute wait. I've never had this happen on a Saturday during a festival. We walked into the concourse and got in line, like
nice.
at where Patrick starts his little spiel. So hello and welcome to Soarin'. We literally walked in there. Like I've never had that happen during the day on a Saturday.
Right.
That was crazy. So yeah, it was like we were literally in the Soarin', like from the time we walked in the Soarin' queue till we got out of the ride was like 10 minutes. It
That's
was
amazing.
crazy. And so then we walked. Living with the Lamb was a walk on. Walked right over and did that.
Now I'm curious. Did you happen to look at MDE to see what the wait times were saying while you were walking on these roads?
Well, so I mean, but the wait times posted are the wait times in MDE.
Right.
So it actually said, so like I said, Soarin' said 15 when we walked in.
Okay.
And then Living with the Lamb said 5.
Okay. Okay.
Spaceship Earth. When I said it was a walk on, it said 5. See, what did we do next? So after that, we went over to Test Track because that was time for their thing, and it said it was a 45-minute wait, and the line was coming out the door.
Gotcha.
So it was probably pretty accurate for that.
Gotcha.
So then we rode Test Track, and then we had a dining. They wanted to eat at Nine Dragons, so they had a dining reservation at Nine Dragons. I wanted to eat festival food.
You wanted to, you wanted to do Space 220 too, right?
I would, yeah, or if, yeah, I would, yeah. We were actually trying to get a Space 220 reservation if we could. We could not get one to pop up, and we had a party of 6, so it's harder to get party of 6 reservations to pop up.
Especially when you're used to a party of 1.
Yeah, party of 1s are really easy to grab, and the thing is too is they got the walk up list. The party of 1s are easy for walk up lists, or they have like actually Space 220. They have the little bar you can go sit at.
Yeah, they have the lounge,
which is just like walk up. So, but yeah, so we went to Nine Dragons. Food was great. Everybody enjoyed it. Hey, Brad. Everybody enjoyed their food. I had their spicy honey crispy chicken. It was good. The sauce was like it was a honey. It was kind of like it was like honey chicken, but it was a spicy version of honey chicken.
What was it spicy? Like what was what would you rate the spice level as?
I would rate it a 2.
Okay.
It had a hint of spice. It was definitely not like spicy.
Right.
I would say if you want something spicy, get the Kung Pao shrimp and chicken. It's a lot spicier.
Gotcha.
We had those, and then I had we shared some of the crab cheese wontons. They were super good.
Okay.
They have really good because it has like the sauce for the wontons.
That didn't sound good.
They're just playing. The sauce for the wontons had like a it was like a spicy sauce for them. It was really good.
Interesting.
I can't describe the sauce, but they were really good. You bringing the toy over here so she can't get it? Okay.
That's hilarious.
And so then let's see. After that, we went and rode. They had grabbed a pass for Remy, so we went and rode. The girls wanted to ride Remy.
Okay.
So we went over to ride Remy, and it was the first time I rode it without a mask on, so I actually could smell the food on the ride.
So it has smells.
It does have smells. Yes.
Okay,
so and of course you wear the 3D glasses, so lots of the ride. I mean, there are practical elements, but a lot of the ride is screen based, and so I wasn't having to worry about my glasses fogging up the entire ride, which was nice. The first time I rode it without my glasses fogged up, so it was really nice to see the whole ride for once. But the smells were amazing on the ride. Like they had like one point you could smell like champagne. And you kind of like get sprayed with champagne at this one show scene.
Oh, cool.
And then another show scene, like they're like in the kitchen cooking, and you smell all the different smells of stuff cooking. It smelled kind of like breads and just like all kind of like savory stuff, like cheeses, and it smelled really good. But yeah, I actually enjoyed the ride a lot better just because I could actually like all the elements kind of came together to make it a better ride.
Yeah.
Still not as good as the Beauty and the Beast ride would have been if they'd have brought that ride over. But
I really feel like and I get why we did. This whole contract thing.
This was a cheaper ride to make too. So
yeah. But I mean, we couldn't have Beauty and the Beast for what 5 years after
it's only been open for like what 1 or 2.
1 or 2, yeah. So we still had 3 or 4 years before they could even break ground.
Yeah.
To build it in America or
anywhere. I forgot to. I forgot to actually remind me when I was when I rode People Mover. So the Tron canopies. One of the 2 canopies is like completely covered now.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the whole thing, like the one on the closest to the one that's closest to like the railroad track at Space Mountain. It was like completely like white. The white covering was like all the way over it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so look, it's coming along really good.
And Brad said he's heading down next week.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it was. Dude, Brad, the weather. I was telling everybody earlier, the weather was super nice. Like low humidity, mid 80s. I didn't sweat the whole time I was down there. So
if you're not sweating, then it's nice. Yeah,
it was great. I had and I'd walked 25,000 steps on Friday and 33 on Saturday. So I had like a full
the
2
humidity's
days.
been stupid here in Alabama.
Yeah, it's super muggy when I got back here. It's so much muggier than Florida.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh man, Alabama, it's not as bad as Florida." I'm like, "You haven't seen humidity till you come to Alabama. We don't get the breeze off the ocean like the whole state of Florida gets." So
Yep, exactly.
So anyway, back to, let's see, we rode Remy, I said, and then after we got off Remy, they wanted to do Frozen, so they grabbed the pass for Frozen, and then we walked around, and then did 3 cabs. Walked right on 3 cabs. One of the screens was out. One of the screens was one of the ones where Donald's like climbing the steps on the pyramid, and he like rolls back down. That one. The screen was out on that, so that was kind of disappointing. That's actually kind of one of my favorite little moments on the screens on that ride. Then rode Frozen, and that was basically our night at the parks. And we had to drive back to Tampa, so
right.
So I had to go pick my stuff up at my friend's house and drive back to Tampa. And then I-4 was a parking lot again, so I had to it was just like, and that was on the Tampa end, and there was no back road around that, so I had to sit and stop and go traffic for about 20-30 minutes.
Right.
Hey, Matt.
So yeah, that's.
Oh, Matt says Beauty and the Beast is actually in Japan and it's not subject to the China embargo.
Yeah. I just realized that.
Oh, you are right.
I don't know why I was thinking it was in China the whole time.
You kept telling me China, and I just agreeing with you. So
I could have swore that's what I saw. I could have swore.
Dakota girl, we are not going back outside. No, ma'am. She is like, she gives me these looks, and I can't say no to them. You know,
right.
But I'm saying no now. That's can't smile. You can't smile at me and make me do it. No.
That's great.
That is great. So it was a fun little trip. But then I just didn't. I was actually kind of like, my legs were cramping up a little bit that night.
Yeah.
Last night.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah, actually last
Speak
night.
of the devil.
Hey, Jordan. We were just talking about you earlier, man. All good stuff. But yeah. So
now he says good stuff.
Yeah. So I took some. Shut up. So I took some like calcium and some magnesium, and my legs quit cramping. But then I didn't go to bed till I didn't go to sleep till 2, and I had to get up at 4:30. So I got about 2.5 hours of sleep last night. And then got to Atlanta with my connection flight, and my flight got delayed 2 hours to come back to Alabama. So I sat in the Atlanta airport forever with no food in the whole terminal. Everything was closed but Five Guys.
It's ridiculous.
I couldn't. And the bad part was, if I had stayed in the terminal, I landed in a different terminal and I had to go over to this terminal. And so I landed in A terminal and it was going to take off in C terminal. And A terminal, everything was open. And I should have stopped, but there was long lines, everything. And I said, you know what? I'll just wait till I get to C terminal and I'll grab something. And I got over there, and then there was nothing open but Five Guys. And then I went to the Delta Sky Lounge because I have a Delta Amex card, so you can get in the Sky Lounge. And there was all they had on the buffet. It was still breakfast time. All they had on the buffet was blueberry bagels, some bananas, and some kind of other breads. And I was just like, I don't want any of that. I want some protein.
Right.
And so I ended up just going and getting a bag of chips and a Coke Zero just to tide me over till I got home.
Nice.
And then it ended up I got a notification that had a gate change. So I go to the other gate, and then I got a notification that the flight was delayed. And so I should have went back to the Terminal 8, but at that point I was tired and just wanted to sit and rest.
I'm sorry. Brad threw me off with his comment. I looked at it for a second and I was like, what? Sebastian goes, I love Five Guys. And Brad says, I love one woman.
I didn't see Sebastian's comment. That makes way more sense now.
I was so confused for a second. I was like, wait, what? Oh, man. Sebastian, Brad, I love y'all. Y'all are great. That was awesome.
Okay. Yeah, because I just saw the comment up there. I was just like, I love one woman. I don't understand what I mean. Okay. I didn't. Yeah. No, okay. It made way more sense when I saw the other one. So.
Oh, man.
Man.
Anyways, I wonder. All right. So, and then you made it home.
Made it home finally.
You got your signs from Derek.
Got my signs.
That was hilarious. You didn't even. I don't think you even brought anything in yet, right? You just grab. He's like, yeah, my signs are here. I know they're here.
Yeah, no, I left my bag, my backpack in my bag in the truck, and I was like, oh, my signs are here. I'm gonna open the signs.
That's how awesome these signs are, y'all. That's how awesome these signs are. Everybody's excited for them. And I was so mad, dude. I told Derek this too. I was like, dude, I'm so freaking mad at myself because he had a shop open today. He had one today.
Yes, and I was driving back from Lowe's and getting something to eat when it went live, and I screwed myself over. I was going to get one of the purple figments, and I have to wait till next. I have to wait till the next restock.
Yeah, because I talked to Derek, several times during the week, and he'd been telling me that he's wanting to do a shop this weekend. He's going to do it at 3:00 on Sunday, not the normal time, and he kept saying 3:00. So 3:00 was drilled in my head.
You're thinking 3 Central.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing happened to me. Is I was kind of thinking 3 Central, and then like at 2:18, I got on my Instagram and I saw the thing where the timer had expired, and I was like, "Oh no,
dude!" I was so mad.
And I hopped on the shop, and of course it was sold out. So,
but
of course it was.
But I did go ahead and buy a couple of his pins. Right? So those of you who don't know, Derek has Satisfactual Sign Co. He makes all these signs that you see behind me here. And Chase is going to show one of his off there. He's selling pins, so like the pin traders, right? That are of a couple of his signs. I think you may get wet.
Who've just joined us, welcome.
I was like, what the heck is that? So the "You May Get Wet" sign is a pin, and then his sign that says "Welcome to the Laughing Place," that is also a pin. So you can go over. He has them for sale right now. Go to Instagram, Satisfactual Sign Co. Go click on his stories. He'll have the link in there. And all of the proceeds for that are going to a local missionary down there in Orlando, who is doing a lot of stuff for Ukraine right now. So they need all the funding they can get. So that's his way of helping. He's selling these pins that he has to, and all the proceeds are going straight to them. So beautiful thing that he's doing, selling beautiful pins. And I was able to get a couple of them to do as prizes on the old TikTok before long.
Nice.
So, yeah. So that pretty much wraps up your trip, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get a twofer out of this one because we've already been going an hour. So for the podcast.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that.
Yes.
I talk a lot, so.
Yeah, so we've already been going an hour, but we're going to keep going on YouTube. If you got time, Chase, are you good?
I'm on call tomorrow, so I don't have to get up early.
Okay, so we're going to call it a night on the podcast. We are going to record the Would You Rather still, and I'm going to drop it while we're at Disney. That way we still get a show out while we're at Disney for you. And then, yeah, but if you want to catch it beforehand and catch some fun chatting, then you can come over to the YouTube, fast forward to about 1 minute and 5 seconds. And
I wonder, did he only make one of those grassy figments?
We'll talk about that in a minute. So y'all come join us over on the YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. We're having a lot of fun on TikTok. Got nearly 1,000 new friends over there in the last week. So having some fun. Going live over there, doing the radio on there now. Not Station Head anymore, because Station Head, you have to have Apple Music or Spotify Premium. There we go. And a lot of people weren't able to join because they don't have those services. So now on TikTok, it's free. So come join us on there. And for those of you who listen to the podcast, we'll be talking to you real soon. All right, so I've ended that one. And I'm going to go ahead and start the other one here in just a second. So, Chase, to answer your question, though, about the Figment Topiary, he actually, I think, had 6 on this sale. That's how many he had on this sale. Yeah. He went ahead and did 6 of them.
I kind of like I'm this is like an addiction. I kind of want to have all. I kind of want to have all 3. I kind of want to have the gold because I bought a gold one.
Right.
I thought because first off, I thought he only had 1 gold one. I thought it was like a one-off, and so I was like, "Holy crap! I've got to get a gold one." So and then.
See, I told you Elle's crazy. You let her be your defendant on Dinosaur, and here she is. Oh, hey, guys, for the first time tonight. She's loopy, man. Gosh, God bless her. Bless her heart.
So now I kind of want the gold one, the purple one, in the topiary.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Sarah's wanting one of the purple ones. That's what I was going to try to snag tonight or this afternoon. And I was so mad because I was actually up. I texted him at 2:03 Central Time. I had texted him.
Oh wow, the shop had just opened.
And I fell asleep before 3:00. Right, our time.
Yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, I work nights, so I fell asleep, took a little nap, and I woke up and I was like, "Crap, I missed it." And then it hit me. I was actually awake. Gosh, I was so mad. But anyways, yeah.
I was waiting on my my $90 for 19 gallons of diesel fill up
right
at 2:00.
Right.
I actually was waiting on a diesel pump because we had people getting gas at the diesel pumps.
That's crazy.
I really like that's a pet peeve of mine. I wish the diesel pumps had their own separate pump at gas stations instead of being combined with gas pumps.
Right.
Because you get the people who don't drive diesel vehicles always go to those pumps and they block them, and then there are the people who also have to they go in the store after they pump their gas to buy something.
Right.
And then they just leave it sitting there, and all the pumps are full.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in everybody on TikTok. If you're just joining us, we are live on YouTube doing podcast recording. We're actually doing a 2 for tonight. We're in between those right now, just chatting a little bit about random stuff. But you can click the link in my bio, click the little Instagram looking button thing, whatever that is, and we're live on YouTube. If you want to come see Chase, you can't see him on the TikTok. You can only hear him. You can't see him. But yeah. Anyways, all right. What? 38 miles to a gallon on regular. That's awesome, Brad.
I get 32 miles a gallon on diesel in my truck.
Hey, paying $1.50 more than he is right now too.
No, it's only 90 cents more.
Yeah, it's close enough.
It should be cheaper than all of them, but that's another story.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully Congress will step in and be like, hey, look, we got to get that pipeline rolling again. We got to become more energy independent. Chase, you're bad. You are bad, dude. I tell you what. Yeah, I don't know if I ever showed that. Oh, thank you, Janice. She says she likes my Ed Dudes merch, which is the hat here. Ed Dudes is a pretty big creator on TikTok. Actually, he has over 1 million followers. He's from Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Mobile. He does a lot of good stuff. But yeah, used to be able to run premium in the Jeep because yeah.
Well, Brad, if you don't run premium ever anymore, make sure you every now and then throw some in the injection cleaner stuff in with your regular, or you'll end up messing the engine up. Trust me, I had a turbo, and one time my dad borrowed my car one time, and I had a PT Cruiser turbo. I know PT Cruiser, right? Car, but anyway. So
yeah, Janice, you're right. He's in Gulf Shores, which is, Mobile. It's right there at Mobile. So yeah.
But yeah, so it was so I had it built out to over 300 horsepower. It was I would kill Mustang GTs at the drag strip. That's literally what I wanted to do with it. So it was always fun to beat Mustang GTs in the PT Cruiser.
Right.
But no, so my dad borrowed my car once, and he put regular gas in it, and he told me, he's like, I filled your car up, and I didn't think anything about it. And I drove, I was driving it somewhere, and I was the motor started knocking, and it was kind of missing.
Right.
And I called my dad on the phone, and I said, what kind of gas did you put in the car? And he goes, regular. Why? And I go, it takes premium. And he goes, why does it need premium? I go, because it's turbocharged. He goes, oh yeah.
Dang.
So I had to I went and grabbed a bottle of the stuff and put in there the octane booster.
Right. Yeah, Janice, not many people are familiar with Alabama. A lot of people in Alabama are not familiar with Alabama, so I totally get it. She was correcting me that he lives in Gulf Shores, not Mobile, and for me they're pretty much one and the same anymore. But
they are for some people, but they're not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same, but they are the same. They're both down there on the coast, which
later Disney Worlders. I understand, man. I know that
work at 5 a.m. Man,
I understand.
That's closing time for me. That's
Yeah.
why I'm
Hey,
usually getting off.
thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Janice over here on TikTok says one time she accidentally put diesel in her unleaded car.
How did you do that? Because
most of the times the diesel nozzles
are bigger and won't fit into a regular into a regular gas tank.
She said I'm special. That's what she said. I'm special. I love it. I love it.
But no, so like if you mess up, you want to mess up and put gas in the diesel.
Yeah.
So the diesel motor will run on gas better than a gas motor will run on diesel.
Yeah. The Jeep book says it'll run regular, but it's better on premium. Real vague on it. Drives fine on regular, but I don't like doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, being I just from experience, and this was an older motor. I mean, this was like almost 10 years ago now, or no, actually almost 20 years ago now. Good grief. Wow. Oh man. 2003. Yeah, 19 years ago.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, it will, if you run it long enough on regular, it's not going to like it. So you definitely need to run some octane booster every now and then. And they're not expensive. And I'm not sure what the spread on regular to premium is now. But the bottle octane booster is probably way cheaper.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you ready to do the would you rather?
Let's do it. Would you rather?
She said, I was wondering why I was having trouble getting it in. Yeah, that would be why.
Oh, so you did. Okay.
Yeah, that would definitely be why. But hey, that's life, right? We live and learn. We're all going to make mistakes. And
did you have to? I wonder. Did you have to take the car to somewhere to get it?
Let's see.
Like, did it quit running, or was she able to run it all out and fill it up with gas and be okay? I'm curious. Sometimes those will completely shut a gas engine down with diesel. Like, it will just lock up basically.
Yeah, we will see. She's probably typing it in right now. And let's see. Yeah, she ran it straight to the mechanic.
Gotcha.
Ran it to the mechanic. So, all right. So in the chat, if y'all have any would you rathers you want to throw in there, feel free. I love doing would you rathers. Got some interesting ones. But yeah. Some of them are pretty easy. Some of them have a little backstory to them. Yeah. So let's do this thing and join in the chat. Let us know what you would rather do. She said it's been a few years, so she's remembering correctly. That's what she did. All right. I'm going to get this. I'm not doing the music intro and all. I can end that in.
Oh.
Well, you want me to do it again?
Man, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's see. Do I have just the
look inside yourself?
Okay.
There we go.
All right. All right. So we'll do that, and then I'll hit. I'm going to hit record before. Actually, I'm going to be smarter this time. I can't believe I did that. Janice just said that she's smarter now because of that, and as I was saying, I'm smarter now because I forgot to hit record last time. Always. Anyways.
To those.
Oh, wrong one. It's one of those nights. Here we go.
Look inside yourself. You are more than what you have become. Remember who you are.
What's up, and welcome back to the show. I'm James, joined as always by the dude just across the state from me. Chase, what's up, man?
man. Just still chilling here, sitting at this table.
Yeah. I mean, well, the show is a few weeks later, so
True for these.
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
Technically, we're still live on the 6th of March.
Yes, we are recording this on the 6th of March. So there's no news that is coming out right now. The only news is that if you're listening to this on the podcast recording, we're in Disney right now. So there you go. Disney Tip Fairy just joined in over on TikTok. If you're listening, you're new. We have finally gotten enough following on TikTok. We're live over there. Disney Tip Fairy does some really cool stuff. So they actually will do these fundraisers, we'll call it, right, where people will donate money to them, and then they will go and give these huge tips to cast members. So it's really cool to see. I love watching their stuff. Tip challenge, there we go. My brain was not wanting to work. But if you're just joining us on the Good Old Clock app, we are live on YouTube. So you're going to hear my buddy Chase talking. You won't see him on TikTok, but if you want to click on the YouTube link in our bio, you can go over there and join us there and join in the chat just the same as on TikTok. So anyways, Chase, how are you doing, man? It's been a few weeks since we talked about your recent trip to Disney.
I'm good, man. I'm still recovered from it.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you recovered yet from that? I mean, you did a lot in 2 days, just a few weeks later here.
Yeah.
It's funny because I didn't realize till we were getting going that you have never actually done a recording way out in advance like this. So
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And this is driving me crazy. So the light I have behind me I accidentally bumped it earlier, so it's moved over. So I'm having to keep my arm still because otherwise it starts glaring into the TikTok live. So yeah. Anyways,
I do have a piece of news that I kind of wanted to touch on real quick.
Okay, this is 3-week-old news for you listening to the audio.
Right, but so you know how after like the first round, like the media preview of the Star Cruiser,
right,
and then they came out and said, "Oh man, we were booked solid through what, August or something."
Yeah.
Cancellations are showing up left and right again. So
there's really
were they lying about that?
I don't know. That's interesting. That'd be interesting to see, man, because I mean they just haven't had good luck with the Star Cruiser, and I still believe that they should have.
But I've seen many positive reviews of people who actually paid to go and didn't go for free.
There's also been negative reviews from people who paid to go as well.
No, there have been. You're correct. Yeah.
So the only review, honestly, the review that I'm waiting on is yours.
For those of you who don't know, I'm going. I think it's actually Memorial Day and the Tuesday after. I think is when we're booked to go.
So Disney Tip Fairy just said calling to book took over 10 hours on Friday.
Oh,
so
wow.
Apparently people are trying to book. They are trying to book. So, but yeah, I'm just waiting on your review. I'm trying to hold everything. I'm not paying the money, right? I don't have that kind of money to throw out on 2 days. But yeah, I'm waiting on your review. That's the one that's going to tell me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not a Disney apologist. You're not a Disney hater. You're very fair about your judgments on pretty much anything Disney.
Yep, there it is. Oh.
What is it? Oh, May 28th through the 30th?
No, it's Monday, May 30th.
Oh, okay. That's when you're checking in?
Yep.
So, yeah. Disney Tip Fairy is spot on. That's a whole week vacation at Disney. It really is. It really is.
We actually also got the captain's table dining reservation for our second night. So
nice. Yeah, and Janice is asking, how much is it? Yeah, it's like $5,000 just for 2 adults, and this is a 2-night stay.
Well, it's basically for the room. It's like,
well, yeah,
but like for
yeah,
4 people, it's like $5,500, I think.
right. Sebastian said, "Well, my father said no way Disney lets the story get out." Then I showed him in his view, and I love this. Knowing the narrative beforehand would see a decrease in guests since the mystery is gone. And
But technically, so yes and no. But you know the narrative, but the narrative changes depending on your actions during your stay, because there's show elements that like you on the you have to interact with the data pad, play the Play Parks app, the data
right,
pad feature of that, and it gives you missions to do, and you can choose your allegiance, you can change your allegiance during your trip, and all of that puts you will get it like it. You can have 4 people in your room, and you could all 4 have a different missions, and you could be doing different things at the same time.
right.
So it's not like, and like I don't know that you've really seen. I mean, if you have to watch everybody's videos to see all of it, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that not everybody gets to see every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And also because on your second day, you have a 4-hour stay at Batu, and you get lightning lane passes to Rise the Resistance and Smuggler's Run,
Mm-hmm.
and you also get missions to do while you're in Batu, which then affects what you do later that day when you go back to the ship. So I mean, it's like you're going to end up in different places. So
Right.
there might be stuff that you don't get to do that your friends do,
Yeah,
because you're
and
doing something different. Like they may be doing something with the First Order, you might be doing something with the Resistance.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
Janice.
it looks interesting. I feel better about it than I did after seeing Disney's failed attempt at marketing.
Yeah,
But I still have a reservations about it.
right. Janice
I'm
said
not,
most.
and I'm not going to just like up and because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I will
Right,
definitely tell you like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it in any way, shape, or form.
right. Janice said most people can't afford that, and Disney Tip Fairy says, if you have the money to blow, go for it. YOLO. I hadn't heard YOLO in so
And if
long.
you
That's
want to actually
hilarious.
interact with characters face to face, it's the only way you can do it at Disney World right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah, and it does look fun. Um, it looks cool.
And
I just for that
people that I've
price.
watched videos that have done the full 2-day experience, like a lot of the media, the influencers only did like a 4-hour experience, whereas some of them got to do the full 2 days, or an
Mhm.
maybe it was an 8-hour experience,
Right,
but some of them got to do the full 2 days. And people I've seen said that they were literally like barely sat down and rested for 2 days. They were just going
right.
doing stuff constantly. So I mean, I feel like if you want to get your money's worth out of it, you got to get involved and do this stuff. You can't just like sit around. You can't
Yeah,
be one of those people that wants to sit in the hotel room.
yeah. And Brad said, I'm sorry, I can see it being expensive, but the price is bonkers, especially when most of the stuff, and this is the key point, most of the stuff is what we were told was going to not just should have been, but we were told was going to be in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yep, roaming
And
roaming droids,
mhm.
streetmosphere fights. Um, what
Basically
else?
what you see. Yeah, I mean all the characters,
Yeah,
the aliens, the
character interaction, aliens, the stuff we were all promised to see in Galaxy's Edge that we got none of.
right. And Disney Tip Fairy says that part that makes her mad about the character, face to face with the characters, because if it's okay to do it in the Star Cruiser, why is it not okay to do it in the parks? And that's a very, very fair point. A big thing too, though.
It's also okay to do it at Disneyland Paris.
I was about to say Disneyland Paris just announced this past week that they have you can hug characters again. So at what point will that make its way over? I don't know. It's going to come. We know it's going to come.
Well, the funny
But
thing is, now I wonder if Universal has gone back to allowing it, because Universal was allowing you to take pictures with characters and like interact
right.
with them face to face when they took the mask away last in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they brought the mask back at Christmas, then you couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
I don't think.
And Sebastian makes another good point. He says, but no matter what you choose, the ship is still going to get taken over by the First Order, and Chewie gets smuggled, and Kylo fights Rey, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So no matter what you choose, there's still no mystery there because you know what's going to happen in the end.
It's true. I mean, I can't argue that point. It's still, I mean, I still think watching a video and being there is different.
Right. And he also says, and we were talking about this last night, I think it's really cool that there's an opportunity to make different seasons out of this, right? So it's not going to stay the same storyline all the time. It's going to have to change at least maybe every other year or every 3 years or something, because, you know, what's going to be the reason to go back? Like, you've already seen this stuff. Yes, there's 4 different storylines supposedly, but all of the main stuff is going to be the same. The gala show is going to be the same. The fight with Kylo Ray, it's all going to be the same, right? So if they change that up, I can see, you know, maybe a little more reason to rebook in the future. But as it is it worth $6,000 to go back 4 times for the different storylines? That really, I mean, all the big stuff is still the same. That's a lot of money,
right?
Just for the little things.
Honestly, I think something they should think about doing is doing some specialty ones where you do like a Mandoverse one.
Ooh, big brain move right there. Big brain move. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can do it. What I really like too, and we talked about this last night, Sebastian and I, that you can, like, the way the ship is, right? It's extremely easy to change everything up, right? Because the ship can stay the same. It doesn't have. It's not like it's, you know, any kind of pictures or any kind of
the story elements in the show, you know, the fighting, the show scene elements, the data pad stuff, that's just programming.
Exactly.
You know, you can bring a different, you know, you can bring a different alien singer in. I mean, you know, change the songs up.
Right.
I mean,
have a different captain, and you know,
please give me Max Rebo's band. Please, somebody. I know all of them basically died, but Max Rebo and Mando. Spoiler. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, that you should have seen it already. But yeah, I mean, you know, I would love to see a Cantina band in there. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. And why can't we have a prequel version? You know, like, let's have the OG version, right? The original 3 that came out. We got Darth Vader and all. I mean, you already have.
Because you think about, you know, because the ship has been around for like 200 years, right?
Yeah, your camera disconnected. But yeah, so it's been around. It's been, dude, that is a fantastic point that you just made. 200 years, I think, is what it was.
Let me swap batteries real quick.
So yeah, obviously the storyline can easily change up. Gosh, I love that. I hope that happens. I really hope that happens. Because that would make it a little better.
See, I told you these cheap third-party batteries were probably not going to last as long as my Canon one.
Yeah.
And I was right.
But again, I also say, you know, Mark Daniels should be doing all the marketing for this. You're not going to find anybody better to market, you know, the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, because, you know, every big Disney fan knows that, you know, Mark Daniel, right? If you don't know who he is, you don't know the name, you'll know his face, you'll know his voice, because he's the host on the Disney Parks blog, Disney Parks Live, right? Any new fireworks shows, new rides and everything, he's the one hosting that show. He hosts Inside Disney Parks on ABC. You know, he's done a lot of different shows. He also, for the Star Wars community, hosts Star Wars Celebration, which so Star Wars Celebration, he hosts it. All the diehard Star Wars fans know who he is. So I'm just saying that would have been the perfect one. And he is the pre-show. So he's even involved in your experience of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
So the guy who's marketing this whole thing is now giving you, kind of your backstory, what you're going to see happen.
That was my bad there.
You're good. You're good.
The mouse was still over the camera button.
You're good. But yeah, I agree. Prequel version should happen. Honestly, 200 years, we can get all the movies in there. We can have Darth Maul coming in. Could be awesome.
That would be cool. Get Ray Park to come dress back up as Darth Maul, and we have some real actual like lightsaber action in there, please.
Right.
That dude can still twirl a double saber around better than anybody I've ever seen.
So, anyways, not how I thought this show was going to start. That's awesome. I love when it does that, though.
Yeah.
I love when it does that. So, would you rathers?
Would you rathers?
Yeah. and since for those of you listening to the audio, we're going to be at Flower Garden when you're listening to this. So, there are some that have some, Flower Garden theme. But yeah, they're a little more different than usual. A little different than usual. So, Chase, let's start with this one. Would you rather only be able to eat entrees at Epcot or desserts at Epcot for a day? So you can have like the main meal, like meats, like, and this goes for any of the stands or anything.
Okay. I was going to ask clarification. Was it just restaurants or was it also
no?
It
goes for the stands and all too. So would you, so you can get any of the meats, your fake sausage poutine that you're super excited about, like that works. Yeah, entrees.
Entrees, just because I'm not too overly wowed with the desserts necessarily at some of the festivals.
Okay. I love
there's more entrees to choose from. There's usually only one dessert per booth versus 2 to 3 entrees.
Right. I love the split so far. We've got entrees and desserts coming in on the chats, which is really cool. I'm going to go entrees too. Honestly, I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
You can only eat so much sweet stuff where you get sick at your stomach too.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. Staying on food, would you rather have a $500 budget for merch or $500 budget for food?
Food.
And I think this is going to kind of split again, right? So $500.
I say that because I say that because like I don't buy as much merch as people you think I do. Other than Magic Bands, I really don't buy a lot of merch.
Hey, welcome in, Cole.
I get occasionally I'll get a T-shirt or something, but I just don't. I don't go gaga over all the merch like a lot of people do, and nothing against it. I mean, I do have some merch. I have a few food and wine items. I have a few flower and garden items. Like something just catches my eye and I think it's cool. Mm-hmm. I'll pick it up, but it's not like I don't go every time and like, okay, I go spend an hour at the shop and I'm like come out with a bag full of stuff.
Hey, here's what I'm saying. Like the only argument I could think of for merch is maybe you don't like food like we do, right? We love food. Obviously, I'm going food. I'm going food all day, especially Disney food. Come on. And you can get merch when you get home. You can go to Shop Disney and find merch. The only argument I would say, Brad, good one, Brad. He said food, buy a souvenir drink and take the cup home. Mom's going merch. The only argument I have for merch is you go in, you rack up on merch, and then you go resell.
Go home and resell on eBay and make money on it.
That's the only argument I have for the merch.
Especially if it's the first day of the festival or if it's a Figment popcorn bucket.
Figment popcorn bucket, yeah, all day long. But yeah, oh man, that's funny. Anyways,
or if you're a media influencer and you get to go ride the Star Cruiser for free, you go buy and they let you buy the merch. You go home and sell it for like $1,500 a piece per item.
Man, that sad but true. Sad but true. All right. Sebastian says neither. See, Sebastian, dude, when I say we got to get Sebastian on here one night and get him to tell us how they Disney. And I've made some TikToks on this recently. There's no wrong way to Disney. Everybody does Disney differently. But Sebastian does it in no way that I've ever seen. They don't eat at the parks. They'll get like, maybe some quick service, right? But not much. They don't do merch. Like they leave the parks, when it's closed, and they go to Golden Corral, right, Sebastian? I think they've been to CC's. Like they go off property. Yeah.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all.
When I was a local, and I wouldn't necessarily eat every time I went to the parks. Like
you couldn't
it's so
afford that.
expensive, you can't afford it.
Right.
So yeah, I would go to the parks, and I got to the point, I've gone so much now as a pass holder that I don't have to go ride every ride or eat everything when I'm at the park.
Right.
I've gone in the parks and don't even set foot on a ride. Just go in and just hang out and just people watch and take in the ambiance, listen to the music of the different areas, and just relax. And it's so relaxing.
Brad with the comment of the day, which I'll say in a second. But yeah, no, I think that what just like Sebastian's way of doing Disney is super cool. And I love hearing him talk about it. You've never heard Sebastian talk. Dude's got energy for days. And he's an amazing storyteller. We got to get him on here and hear his stories about Disney. They hoof it, boy. They don't stop. It's awesome. Brad said food still stands strong in the resale department, Figment Popcorn Bucket, which is great. Hey, Kate, welcome in.
I never got one of those things.
Yeah.
Kind of sad about that.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather start your day at Magic Kingdom and hop over to Epcot, or start at Epcot and hop over to Magic Kingdom?
Magic Kingdom, Epcot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I would agree, because you're going to
I would rather
more.
just Epcot, the nighttime ambiance around World Showcase Lagoon. You can't beat it. I love it so much better than and I think honestly, like, my answer might be different if Happily Ever After was still going.
Yeah.
But since everyone pretty much knows my loathing of the new fireworks shows, I actually do. So the pre-show and post-show music for Harmonious, a lot of it is from Epcot Forever, and so I actually like a lot of that, the pre-show and post-show music. So I do like to stay and listen to that. I'm not going to go get a spot for Harmonious. I don't care to watch it. I'll go sit. Actually, so if Jordan's still on here, I don't know if Jordan, if you're still watching or not. So whenever me and Jordan meet up at Epcot, we have a tradition that we do, because we were both huge fans of Illuminations and Tapestry, which was, a parade, and then it was they had the Tapestry of Dreams parade during the Millennium Celebration, and then Tapestry was also the post-show music after Illuminations finished playing, and it went for 20 years. And we have a tradition that whenever we meet up at Epcot, we sit in the Japan Pavilion at night in the little seating area down below the koi pond, like kind of back over off in the kind of bamboo and stuff over there, and it's really quiet. You get you hear the Japan music playing in the background. It's real quiet. It's like not real loud though. It's got really good ambiance. We grab a couple of drinks and we put Tapestry on one of our phones, and we sit and listen to Tapestry and just talk. And
nice.
So then we listen to it through, because it's like one of our all-time favorite pieces of Disney music.
Right. And Janice agrees, going to Magic then hopping over to Epcot. And for me, it would be same, because you're going to eat more at Epcot, right? So you can start your day off at Magic and, kind of go get things taken care of.
And plus, too, if you think about it, even if you're going to do a sit-down restaurant, your options at MK are very limited. And Epcot, there is so many sit-down restaurants.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Basically, every pavilion has a sit-down restaurant or two.
And Cole says that he was about to say the exact same thing about Happily Ever After. I mean, we've got to come on. We've got to bring Happily Ever After back. It's got to come back. And also another great point, Cole, is that Magic Kingdom opens earlier, so you actually get more part time doing it that way.
Right now it does not. Epcot opens at 8:30 right now.
Oh, it does open at 8:30 right now. They did change the time right now. That's true. Yeah. That's true. And Sebastian giving us a rundown of their day. Abused breakfast at the hotel. big dinner at buffet, rope drop to close at the park, and his dad schedules park days based off longest hours. Have all his days on spreadsheets for planning. He sent me pictures of it before. It's crazy.
We don't plan
it. So
like that.
Like his dad, he's going to all the websites. He has books. The crowd calendars.
Now
he is planning.
it's
absolutely is super impressive.
The only time we ever did plan something to that extent was one time on 4th of July. And I did the planning for us at Magic Kingdom, and I had the wait time calendars and stuff, and
right.
and this was on the 4th of July, and we had done every attraction in Magic Kingdom that we wanted to do by 1:00.
Mm-hmm.
At least everything at least one time that we wanted to do. And on 4th of July, which is one of the busiest days of the year at Magic Kingdom. So I mean but I don't like doing the whole open to closed anymore, just because I'm tired. I did that because I did that yesterday, and then the day before I was going for like 12 hours there before, even though it wasn't all 12 hours in the parks, it was still like 12 hours of running around back and forth to like 2 parks, Disney Springs, to Contemporary, the house, and then walking 25,000 steps Friday and 33 yesterday. And
it is a long day, Janice.
I don't like doing that anymore.
Yeah.
If I lost a little bit of weight, maybe a little bit more weight, maybe I won't mind it as bad. But and I was like tired.
So I started laughing. Chase, I gotta tell you this. I make myself laugh at times. I'm a funny guy. At least I think so. And I was thinking, like, over here on TikTok, I could totally have a puppet. It look like the world's best ventriloquist while you're talking. Because I can't see you, so I could just be sitting here with a puppet, just
Oh, I didn't know. I figured the TikTok had ended because I figured it like limited you to like an hour or something like Instagram does.
I don't guess so. No. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know, because the Instagram limits you to 1 hour, I think, on your lives,
and they'll copyright you.
Yeah, they copyright you for like a piano version of Colors of the Wind.
Yeah. All right. So, and everybody, make sure you're answering in the chats. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. I didn't have this one down, but let's go with it. Start your day at Studios and hop over to Animal Kingdom, or vice versa. Start at Animal Kingdom and hop over to Studios.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom Studios.
It's a hard one for me because
I like the early morning safaris.
I like the early morning safaris.
Animal Kingdom opens earlier than Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, it also closes earlier too.
Closes earlier, and that's why. And I like getting the post close Oga's reservations.
Yes, that was awesome when we did that.
Because then you get to leave the park with nobody in it, and you get to take pictures of empty parks. And I like that's really fun to do.
Yeah, Cole agrees. Animal Kingdom to Studios. I think that's the way I've got to go as well. Pandora at night is so cool. Oh, Janice, you got to get down there and go. Yeah. But Studios at night is just it's a whole vibe. Like the whole park,
kind of like
Toy Story,
like
Galaxy's Edge,
kind of like Epcot. Kind of like Epcot's got a completely different vibe at night. In World Showcase, Hollywood Studios completely different vibe at night too. Like it just, like Galaxy's Edge, like at night. Now Pandora at night. I mean, Pandora at night's amazing.
Right.
But I mean, and actually, right now would be the time to see Pandora at night, because when time changes next week, the park may be closed before it's dark enough to see everything lit up.
Right. Yeah.
That's the bad thing about them closing it as early as they do. Is for certain parts of the year, you don't get to see Pandora lit up at night unless you literally sit in the park 2 hours post close until
and that's what happened to us.
Makes you leave.
Right. That's what happened to us September 2020. Like, it closed before it got dark.
Yeah, it was closed at 5. It was still closing at like 5, wasn't it?
I want to say it was 6.
It was like, it was like early. It was super early,
7,
like 5 or 6.
Yeah. So I mean, and we hung out as long as we could. And because what we did is we went and ate at Satuli Canteen right before closing, and then Sarah and Jameson hopped on Flight of Passage, because right there at closing it's a walk on all the time.
Yep.
So they did that, and
I've done that. I have walked into the queue at 1 minute till close many times just to be like the last person. I want to be like the last person to ride the ride just because.
Right. And that's a hot tip. If you don't know that, as long as you're in the queue before the clock hits closing time, you're going to ride that ride. Yep. You're going to ride it. So,
and like if the posted wait time is 95 minutes at closing, all of those 95 minutes worth of people get to ride that ride.
Yep. And I hate it for the cast members.
Yeah. And one thing too, a lot of people may not know is like the park, even though it closes officially at 7 or 8, there's people still there's still guests in the park 2 hours post close.
Yeah, we were
have dining because you have dining reservations at a lot of places that are actually after park closing. That's another. I was talking about Oga's getting an Oga's reservation after Hollywood Studios closes. They actually run Oga's reservations like Hollywood Studios closes at 9. You can get a reservation like at 10:15, even though the park closed at 9. So just I like to. That's the thing. I like to get those late night ones for Oga's just because then you come out in the Galaxy's Edge and there's nobody in Galaxy's Edge and you can like get a picture of the Falcon with nobody around.
Right.
Kylo's ship with nobody around.
Yeah, it is really cool. I've got a whole video of it on YouTube actually, of an empty Galaxy's Edge. The only thing you see is the boys running around and cast members walking around doing some closing stuff. It's like they crank up the levels at night too. The sounds and everything is so awesome. And then, I mean, just leaving is so beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Brad. Hey, man, thanks for joining us tonight, dude. You have a good night. Tina Marie just hopped in over on the Tiki-Taki. And I'm actually going to be on her YouTube channel, Tina Marie's Place, in April. I think exactly a month from today, right, Tina? Doing some songs, doing build-ups and songs. It'll be fine. All right. So this is a good one. I'm excited to see how it differs. I know we're going to have some people go one way. Mom, I already know your answer. You don't have to answer. Would you rather consume Disney YouTube or Disney TikTok?
I used to would go YouTube, and I still do. Disney TikTok is great, but there are YouTubers that I love watching. I think too much to say. I think I'll still say YouTube.
Yeah. Sebastian says YouTube. Janice says
YouTube. There's still YouTubers that I like to watch, but that list has dwindled way down from what it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of anything except for there's just a few vloggers that I still watch, but as majority, and the only people who go live that I watch anymore basically is Resort TV 1, just because of their quality and professionalism.
They do such a great job.
And it's just it's always high quality streams, and you're going to get like the clearest picture of everything. But I just don't. I'm not sitting around. It's like I really kind of got into watching the YouTube Disney YouTube really kind of when not long before the pandemic started. It's kind of where I really got into watching it, which is the crazy thing because then everything shut down and I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
So I went back and was watching old stuff.
Yeah. Janice and Cole both over on TikTok said YouTube. That's kind of funny to me because we're on YouTube. They're watching us on TikTok, or they're listening to you on TikTok. But anyways, everybody on YouTube is still saying, they're saying YouTube. Sebastian says TikTok is for watching his thirst traps.
Elle says she doesn't have the TikToks.
Yeah. She gives me the ticks.
It's right by the Tic Tacs.
Oh yeah, Janice says she watches a lot of Disney vloggers. There's so many Disney channels on YouTube that do.
I'll tell you what,
job.
like I couldn't round a corner this past weekend without running into somebody with a phone on a gimbal or a camera in their hand.
Yeah.
It has gotten nuts the amount of people doing this now.
I believe it. Mom wants me to teach her how to get on TikTok. Oh boy.
Oh, it's easy. Just download the app and download the app and search for a couple of things you like, and it will tailor your experience to what you like to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. L says L says you're witty, Chase, not just a pretty face.
Yep. That's me.
All right. Stay on property or off property? Would you rather?
On property.
I would rather stay on property, but right now,
I mean, if
I'm
you're
going to
just
stay
saying
off
like
property.
regardless of anything else, like just for the experience on property. But when you start factoring in things now,
Right.
you're factoring in the fact that they've basically taken a ton of the amenities away that you used to get for staying on property. You know, the times of people like wanting to be in the bubble are ending in a way. Even though the hotels stay full, it's just not. You don't get what you used to get. I mean, you don't get the extra magic hours in the morning and the extra magic hours at night, regardless of what hotel you stayed at.
You get 30 minutes.
You get 30 minutes early
30 minutes
entry,
early.
but then you get you get the 2 hours extra time at night only if you stay at a deluxe or DVC resort.
And that's not all parks every night either.
No, it's not. It's only usually it's only either Magic Kingdom or Epcot, and then only one night only Hollywood Studios.
Right. And all right, so Janice, you can go over to our profile and click on the little Instagram button, and it has our YouTube there. You can find us there. Cole says on property, but the value isn't there right now. It's gone right now.
No, yeah, it's gone.
Sebastian, don't be giving my mom bad advice.
well, you know, not only just that, you don't have Magical Express anymore.
Yeah,
you have to pay for that bus ride or Uber over to your hotel now. You don't have somebody magically delivering your luggage to your room when you get off the airplane, and you don't have to worry about it. I would fly and check my bags just so I literally get on Magical Express, go to the hotel, go to the park, and my luggage would show up at my room.
Yeah.
Now it's like you have to plan all that ahead, which I don't really do hotel stays anymore. But if I was, that's like, because like I said, I have people with a house down there, so
right,
stay at a house now. But
so Cole says he says my family would mutiny if I tried to stay off property. But
I have a funny story about that. I'll be really quick about it. When I was a kid, my brother was born, so this would have been sometime in the 90s.
Right.
We were going down, and my dad's parents were with us, and we were going down to Disney, and they decided they wanted to save some money. And this was back when it wasn't even that expensive to stay on property.
Right.
And so they had booked some hotel off property, and I don't even know what it was, a Holiday Inn or something. And we get there, and there was something in the room, and my dad just like had a come apart about it. I don't even remember what it was. And he like went to the front desk, canceled our hotel stay, hopped back in the car, and we drove to the Contemporary and booked a room.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
And he said, that's the first and the last time we ever don't stay on property.
Right. Yeah. And so for those of you that don't know, I used to be a travel agent. So I don't think about because as a travel agent, you can only book through certain sites. Right. And I didn't have the Priceline, Hotwire mindset. And Chase put me on that.
It was not a dead hooker.
Sebastian.
No, I think it was like long hairs in the bed sheets or something.
Oh wow. Anyways, so Chase told me, he's like, dude, you got to check Priceline, Hotwire, check all those apps. I started checking them. Got the DoubleTree by Hilton that's over by SeaWorld for like $85 a night. All right, Cole. So that can be your defense. That's a nice looking resort. I'm definitely, when we go down at the end of the month, I'm going to be posting. I'll do some TikToks and stuff like that for it. But
something else, let me tell you about. Speaking of that, so along with Priceline and Hotwire, there is, if you get on the DIS boards, there is a page. I think I have it saved in my bookmarks. Show bookmarks. So there's a page so you know how they have like the hidden hotels?
Right.
You get like the hot deals on or whatever they call them. Oh gosh, I don't think I have them bookmarked. I'll have to find them again. But so there is a page you can go to, and occasionally, not very often, but occasionally the Disney hotels will show up as the hot rates.
Yeah, I've heard about that before.
And there's a way, but you can't tell. But there is so if you do it on your computer, you can download an extension for Google Chrome, and it's called Hotel Canary.
Okay.
Download that extension for Google Chrome, and then when you're on either Priceline or Hotwire's website, and you have the hot rate hotels, you can go into it and you can use the extension, and it will pretty much tell you which hotel that's going to be.
Right.
But there's actually a spreadsheet on, and I'll have to get that, and I'll send it to you at some point in time. It's a spreadsheet. So I usually keep them pulled up in a browser just to have, just always checking rates for my friends. And it will show you how to tell exactly which Disney hotel is one of the hot rate hotels, and you can get some killer deals on like moderates.
Nice.
On there. Deluxe, not so much, but you will definitely find like really, really like talking like less sub $200 night moderates.
Yeah. So I like I was saying, I got DoubleTree for $80-$85 a night. That's over $100 cheaper than some of the values.
Right. The values are not.
So Cole, that can be your defense. It's saving over $100, right? So you do that over the course of a week, let's say 5 nights, that's $500.
That's your tickets. That's your tickets.
Yeah, that's your tickets. That's your food. Like,
right.
So pitch that to your family. Maybe they won't meet me then. All right. Because like I said, DoubleTree looks fantastic. The pictures I've seen, I've heard amazing reviews about it. So I'm super excited. This one is interesting. Everybody's different. Oh, and I forgot to T Marie, welcome to YouTube. She told on herself she doesn't have the notification bell hit on YouTube. Because she said she didn't know we were live on here too.
Well, you can have the notification bell on and you might not get one.
I know. I'm just dude, can I not give Tina a hard time?
You can, but I was gonna say because I didn't get a notification you were live tonight.
Quit defending people. How am I supposed to give people a hard time when you just defend them?
Okay, I'm just going.
I'm joking, chat. Yeah. He gone. Hey, hold on. I got something for him though.
If you ain't on Mouses and Magic Podcast, then where you at?
Oh, he came back there. Thank you. So anyways, because I think I know your answer to this, and everybody probably knows my answer, but would you rather drive or fly to Disney?
So that honestly depends on the situation.
Okay.
For me, I would rather.
You're going down for a full week, Saturday to Saturday.
I'm going for a full week, probably drive because I'm gonna save a ton of money.
Janice is flying.
I would, but like if I'm going for a quick trip, I don't want to spend 24 hours driving.
Right.
In like I went for a quick trip. I don't want to spend 12 hours driving. I mean, I'm just gonna say 12 hours. I know it's not really 12 hours from here, but if you stop, you have to stop and take a break. You want to stop and get something to eat. If you drove an electric car down there, I don't want to spend that much time. So say 9.5 hours. So right. I don't want to spend 19 hours of my trip driving. I'd rather take a 1 hour direct flight from Birmingham to MCO, and then I can go to the parks that day and not be tired. So I'd rather fly in that situation. But if I'm going for like a whole week, which actually when I'm going down, I'm going for like 10 days when I go down in May.
Right.
For the Star Cruisers, I'm driving because I'm going to be down there that long. I'll have my vehicle. I'll be able to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, and not have to rely on Uber or renting a car or somebody else's car. So
right, in
that situation, I'm driving for sure.
Cole says that they've got a 6-hour drive, so they're driving. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm Cole. Cole, I'm curious. Where are you tuning in from? I love
6-hour drive. That kind of sounds like it's the Atlanta area, but it may not be.
Right. That's what I was
Atlanta's
thinking.
About 6 hours.
Yeah, maybe a little further south than us in Alabama. Who knows, right? Like
could be. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed the drive down. There's a lot of anticipation. You know, like you just feel it building up
There
the
he
closer
is.
you get.
There he is.
And
Yeah.
it makes it a lot cooler. And of course, it's only 8 hours for us. Janice is 10 hours from Disneyland. That's awesome. I would drive 10 hours. Yeah. I mean, of course, also I'm a truck driver, so driving's what I do. But yeah, I'm driving, especially I consider flying down for this one. Yeah, no. For a family of 4,
Well, and the flights are not as cheap as they used to be.
Right. And
they've gone up considerably as well.
Yeah, and I get gas isn't either, but
yeah,
still gonna save a bunch of money.
Yeah. Now I get 32. Like I said, I get 32 miles a gallon on the highway in my truck, so I can literally fill. One tank of diesel gets me there.
Yeah, I'm still in your truck by the way for when we go to Disney.
Say what?
I said I'm still in your truck when we go to Disney.
Still in my truck? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got a pretty good idea where you live.
Just leave me your big rig. I'll drive that.
Oh, you don't want to drive that. We was talking about how rough Dinosaur is. My gosh. Especially so, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when you're coming from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham on 2059. There's this stretch of the interstate. We call it the rodeo because it's about 8 seconds where I meet. And in your car, it's not horrible. In the truck, you're holding on for dear life.
Especially with the air seat, because it's like
Yeah. It's rough. So anyways, yeah. All right. I think we're gonna get some different opinions on this one. So would you rather have rest days built in or park it up every single day?
Rest days built in.
And we're not talking about where you can go to the park for a little while every day. No, you're parking it up. You're full out.
You're rope dropping the clothes like every day.
Yes. You can get a little, like a 2-hour rest. You can go back to your resort for 2 hours, and
well, 10 years ago, I would park it up. Now I want some rest days in there.
Yeah. So we're definitely, we always do rest days. A lot of times we go down Saturday to Saturday. We'll only do 4 days at the parks, because for one, we don't want to come back exhausted. But the main reason is we have little ones.
Well, that, or you might, or even like a lot of people, you may want to go do something else outside of Disney.
Well, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll just go back to the resort, or we'll stay at the resort and just chill out. We'll go to other resorts, right?
Resorts, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We do a lot of stuff on Disney property, Disney Springs. But it's, we have little ones, so we like to have those rest days.
Would you consider the water park a park day or a rest day?
We hadn't done the water parks, so I don't know.
So I would consider the water park a rest day because you could just get to Lazy River for 6 hours.
Oh man,
that would be lazy.
Nice. That would be nice. Sebastian says his dad has a rest day scheduled on the 12th, and it's the ride home. And his dad also considers Animal Kingdom a rest day.
I don't know how y'all do that. It's just insane anymore.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're next level. Like, we got to get them on here and hear how they do it. And I mean, he's going to give us all the details. They're wrapping their feet up, man. They're having to tape their feet.
Really?
They're going hardcore.
Are they really taping their feet up, or are you just making that up?
No. I'm being serious. They have to tape their feet
because they're bleeding.
Yes.
Wow.
They don't mess around, dude. I'm telling you.
That's why I don't do it like that anymore, because my feet don't want to do that anymore. Don't tell the feet story again.
I didn't tell the feet story, Dale.
Yeah, water park is a good one for someone who doesn't catch fire in the sun.
Yeah.
Well, lots of people don't catch fire in the sun, so I just turn brown.
Vampires do.
Sure.
So yeah, of course, L would be concerned.
Vampires or vampires and LDs.
All right. Yeah, we're definitely doing rest days. We're also going back to the resort during the day, midday, about halfway, between park open and close. Again, we have little ones. We don't want to be the parents they have the kids that are making your night miserable because they're screaming and crying and fussing and throwing tantrums.
Oh man, Epcot, both the last 2 nights, it was kids screaming everywhere.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
I forgot.
once
I forgot about that.
7:30, 8:30 rolls around, there's screaming bloody murder. It's time, time for those kids to be in the bed.
Right. All right. Would you rather spend a day at the pool or the day at Disney Springs?
The pool.
I agree.
Because so Disney Springs just really it hasn't really changed much in years. And I've been to all the stores so many times. Like, I'll still go to Disney Springs and like maybe get a bite to eat, or I'll
Right.
go to the art. You go to the Art of Disney and just I like to look at. I like Disney art. Um, I have quite a few pieces that aren't even on the walls, but that's because this ain't my house. But other than that,
Well, you live there. You're not just in some stranger's house right now.
I know, but I don't really have the wall space
I
for
know.
it here.
I know.
That's
It's a joke.
what I mean.
I'm just messing with you.
The Christmas store, I like going there too. But yeah, the restaurants are basically all the same restaurants, and I've ate at most
All
of
of
them. Now, like if somebody says, "Hey, we're going to STK," I'm going to say, "Giddy up, let's go to Disney Springs," because I love me some STK. Or a couple other places like Polite Pig, Raglan Road. Those are places that now I would turn my pool day into a Disney Springs day for, but yeah, I'd rather just do the pool day.
Yeah.
I don't just go to Disney. Like I went to Disney, like I said, earlier. I went to Disney Springs to get my magnet, and I left. I literally just went and
Right.
got my magnet because, dude, it was so crowded at Disney Springs. Like that was where the crowd was at. Like I saw more people at Disney Springs than at the parks this weekend. I promise.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I'm going to go to the pool. Staying in a Disney resort, especially, you're still going to be able to get good food out there. Drinks, hang out, listen to the music. They've always got activities going on at the pools. Just a lot to do. Lot to do over there. So it's a lot of fun. If you've seen my TikTok that got us to the point where we can go live now, you'll love this one. Janice says either for her. She's not picky on that. Would you rather stay at Pop or spend an extra $50 to stay at a nicer place? That's a joke. There was a comment I did a video reply to that.
I don't quite remember what it said. You'll have to refresh on it.
It was a comment on a video where somebody says, talking about how they love staying at Pop because they're broke and all that, and guy comments on it, is like, ooh, this is gross. Spend the extra $50, quit being cheap, and stay at a nicer resort. It's like, $50.
$50.
Yeah, and that's the joke behind the
right. So the only way you're doing it for $50 more is if you got the hot rate off Priceline or Hotwire.
Right.
Because you're not getting a moderate for $50 more than Pop.
No, but Pop is such a great resort. I love
Pop. I'm not knocking Pop. I actually stayed at Pop right after they did the refurb when the Skyliner the first week the Skyliner opened, and that's when Galaxy's Edge had just opened. Like all of that together. And that was the first time I'd ever stayed at Pop, and I thought the refurbs were nice. The beds were really comfortable, and it was right by my room was like a stone's throw from the Skyliner, so it was great. I like staying there. Now, if I was to say if I could for $50 more, you could get me Grand Destino Tower at Coronado, yeah, I'd stay there in a heartbeat over Pop because I think that's one of the nicest rooms.
But that's the joke is you're not going. Even with Art of Animation is more than $50 a night than Pop.
Art of Animation is like running like $300 a night,
right? And Pop's average is $200 now.
Yeah.
Maybe
when I was 2019 when I stayed at Pop, and I got the room for under $100 a night.
Yeah. Cole says he stayed at Pop in December and has zero complaints about it. Janice has a confession. I'm interested to hear that.
Oh,
Elle
okay.
hasn't stayed at Pop yet, so that's interesting.
She wants to.
Yeah, I love it. I love Pop. Great options as far as the food. I mean, it's quick service food. It's not, but I feel like with the yeah, Elle, they've went up a lot.
It's called Chapek.
Yeah, and Chapek. Oh, Budget Bob. We love Budget Bob. So yeah,
he's your favorite action figure.
I love him so much. I have an action figure of him. I don't have it on me right now. It's in the house.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in the living room because I did that TikTok. Janice, you hadn't been to Disneyland since 1993. A lot has changed at Disneyland too in that time.
Yeah, I think.
A lot has changed.
Toontown closes Tuesday, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
For enhancements.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All the rooms have microwaves.
No.
You sure?
I don't think every room has a microwave.
I think it does. They don't have coffee makers, I thought. Right?
No, I thought all the rooms have coffee makers.
We'll find out. We're going to double check.
I'll Google that.
Oh no, it does not have one in the room.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Because
I remember, I actually remember that because when I stayed there, I had a mini fridge, but then I couldn't warm my food up. I brought back and put in the fridge because I didn't have a microwave. But I had a coffee. Dadgummit, I had a coffee maker though that I don't drink coffee. So
this is why I got confused. You ready for this? We took a small microwave with us.
Oh, you took your own microwave?
We did. Smart. We took a small microwave with us. And that's why I was getting confused. Because I was like, I know we had a microwave in the room. I know for a fact.
Well, you did. Yeah, you had one because you took it.
So we just took it. Yeah. Yeah. And Cole said he didn't recall one. Yeah, there wasn't one there. Janice went. Oh, it was a high school choir. They sang at Disneyland. That's cool. Elle hasn't properly went to Disney since April of 2012. 36 hours in 2015. Hey, 36 hours. That's about what Chase did this last weekend. So Mom said Pop has the best souvenirs. And Elle says that she's seen streams where people find hidden treasures at the Pop store. Everything Pop is, in my opinion, the best resort gift shop on property. It has everything.
My favorite one's the Boutique at Polly.
Really? Is it as big as everything Pop? Does it? They have really unique stuff at the Polly, right?
But it's just the
tiki vibe.
It's the Polly vibes. That's just that's like that's my favorite resort, and that's kind of, I'm biased that, but I just like that they have all that kind of like Polynesian, Hawaiian kind of themed everything there.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
But it's a really good size store though too. It's not a tiny gift shop. It is a really good size. I would say it's as big, if not bigger, than the Pop one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't remember going to, because I mean we've been to the Polly, obviously. We ate at Ohana. I don't remember going to the gift shop though.
See, and they actually have that gift shop on the first floor. They actually have another gift shop on the second floor. They actually have two gift shops in the lobby at Polly.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So Sarah came up with this is Sarah's. Okay. I'm not taking credit for this one. You ready? Would you rather it rain every single day at the parks for like multiple hours, not the short summer showers, right? Like we're talking like half the day raining, or only be able to shower every other day? I told you it was a weird one. It was a weird one, right?
I'd rather it rain every single day.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but Florida heat and humidity, I am not going without a shower. I mean, I'm taking 2 showers a day at Disney. That's just facts.
Right?
I'm taking my morning when I wake up shower. I get back to the room and I know I'm like sticky and I smell shower. So
yeah, I mean that's just Sebastian's going to shower every day.
Wow.
I knew it.
Goodness.
I love it.
Well, man, you better be hopping in the pool with some soap then.
With them wrapped up feet. Dude, Heather over here on TikTok says, the people who are taking pool showers based on their smell in line. And listen, that was my favorite thing about parks in the pandemic was the social distancing, right? That was my favorite thing. That was amazing. Had personal space, didn't have to worry about any kind of smells or anything. Like it was nice.
You couldn't smell them because you had a mask on your face.
Well, it's still it was nice.
No, it wasn't.
Not being able to smell all the BO and having personal space, dude.
I don't care about personal space.
Of course you don't. Why you always got to play devil's advocate? Come on. Mom says only shower every other day and go to the pool the other days.
Yeah, she's going to shower at the pool.
Oh man.
So what? So like most of the pools have like that little shower next to it where you shower off.
Yeah.
What if you took your body wash up there and you're just like lathering up at the pool shower with your shorts on?
Heather says, "Is it COVID or did they shower?" I'm still enforcing the 15-foot bubble around me, says Elle. Hey, Luann, she says she loves my hat. She wears the red hoodie every day. I love that we're getting some Ed Dude fans in here. That is awesome. But yeah. Oh, man. So that's all I've got. Do you have any would you rathers you want to throw out there, Chase?
Let me think of something real quick.
But yeah, that was man, could you imagine? Well, I mean, we've most likely come across people who have not been showering every day at the parks.
Would you rather take the ferry boat or the monorail?
I'm going with the ferry. I like the ferry.
Monorail
again,
for me, always.
The monorail is hit or miss for me, man. Like going in, I want the ferry. Coming out, I do the monorail. That's how we typically do it. But here's the thing. Strollers and the monorail, double strollers especially, which is what we use, it's tough with that ramp and everything. It's tough.
Why need a ramp? You just like lean it back and roll it up there.
I'm talking about going up to the monorail.
Oh.
Like pushing it up there, and then you're holding all that dead weight while you're just standing there. So that's a big reason why I don't like the monorail right now. All right. So Luann on TikTok has a question, Chase. What is the best way to get to Magic Kingdom from the Boardwalk Resort? I would probably say the bus.
Take the bus so if you take the bus, because you take an Uber, you're going to get let off at the TTC. You're not going to Magic Kingdom.
Right.
And then you got to go through security there, and then you got to go either get on the monorail or the ferry. If you take the bus from the resort, the bus stop is right next to Magic Kingdom. They have a giant security station that there's not going to be a line for. You're going to hop through security and you're at the front gate. So bus all the way.
Yeah. That's what I would say too.
You can though if the bus just left and it said the next bus is not coming for 30 minutes. You could try to Uber to one of the resorts on the Magic Kingdom loop for the monorail, but normally they ask to see your reservation for dining and they won't let you in if you don't have one. So sometimes that will work, but most of the time it won't.
Now, I heard this evening that has changed, that they're not being as strict with the dining reservation situation.
They are. Contemporary is
so I can see it probably because of those, right?
Because of the walkway.
Yeah.
Because of the walkway across.
Which they've always done that too, though, right? I mean, even
Well, they
pre-COVID.
didn't used to be as strict. Well, see, and also too, because all three of those resorts are DVC resorts. If you own DVC, you are supposed to be allowed to park at any DVC resort,
right?
And be able to go in and park. And like last year or year before, like either the end of 2020 or beginning of 21, there's something changed, and they were not letting DVC members go to DVC resorts and park.
Right.
And this was like when the resorts weren't even full, and it made no sense. People were complaining. They're like, "Look, I own DVC, and you're telling me I'm going to have to go park at the Magic Kingdom parking lot and walk to the Polynesian when I literally want to go inside and buy a souvenir. I want to go in and grab a snack and just leave. Like, I'm trying to give you my money, but you're turning me away." And that got under. When I was living there, I went to the Polynesian a lot because I like to go to the Tambu Lounge, which is the bar upstairs, and they serve food from the kitchen there. You can get like some snacks. They have some really great flatbreads, super awesome flatbreads.
Okay.
And then you could also get the Ohana bread pudding there as well before they changed it and ruined the recipe. R.I.P.
You're not heard about that, are you?
R.I.P. banana sauce, but banana foster sauce, it's just caramel now. And the caramel, everybody keeps telling me the caramel just doesn't go well on that, like banana foster.
Right.
Anyway, so I'd go there a lot and just get that flatbread, and that'd be like my dinner sometimes after work. I'd just go after work. I'd sometimes be in my scrubs, go after work, just hop in real quick, get a flatbread, and then all of a sudden they changed the rule and they're telling me I couldn't park there anymore. And so then I figured out ways around that, and to be able to park at places I wanted to park at. But yeah, it's like you're supposed to be. I think that they've gone back to allowing you to do that now if you have your DVC card on you. But yeah, I mean,
and Heather brought up another point. You can also do, so if it's somewhere like Pop Century, right? You can do a mobile dining order.
Well,
mobile order.
Grand Floridian though sometimes will not let you in if you do that.
Interesting.
No, the Contemporary will not let you. If you mobile order, actually, because technically you're supposed to be staying at the hotel to mobile order at the quick service.
Okay.
And actually for a while, Contemporary on the mobile order, if you try the mobile order and you didn't have a reservation there, you'd have a message pop up on MDE that's saying that you have to be a resort guest just to mobile order.
Right.
But then you could just click behind it and it would go away and you could still order.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Contemporary, if you have a mobile dining order and not a sit down restaurant reservation, they will not let you through the gate. So don't even try it there. Because then they know people want to go walk to Magic Kingdom from there. Yeah. That's why they did that.
Going back to what, because Luann, and that's, the best way to get to Magic Kingdom from the boardwalk, I would probably go ahead and say, though, to get to the rest of the parks, I would probably go ahead and Uber or Lyft. Right. I mean,
well, boardwalk, you just walk in.
You walk into Epcot. Yeah.
Well, you're like
Studios and Animal 500
Kingdom. Feet. Well, you can also walk to, or you can Skyliner. So you can Skyliner. I would actually like boardwalk. I would probably hop on the Skyliner or the boat because you got the boat too. I would hop on either one of those to go to Hollywood from boardwalk. But the Animal Kingdom, I would Uber because Uber lets you off closer than the bus stop.
Right.
At Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom, from any resort, if you're going to Animal Kingdom and you don't, the bus isn't right there waiting on you when you walk out, grab an Uber. And because Uber inside Disney property is not very expensive. They're usually like $5 to $8 for a ride. Not very expensive.
And with Studios, I know it drops you off right at the front as well.
No, Studios.
Did that change?
They changed it actually. So in the the new bus stop lift they built at Studios.
Okay.
The new bus stop lift at Studios. Well, now the Lyft and Uber has a spot in the bus stop, so you basically get off at the bus stop.
Okay. So they changed
all the way at the far end of the bus stop, like as far as you get away from the front door.
Right. Okay.
Yes, they changed that. That changed last year. Lately.
Got you. And Sam just joined in over on TikTok. Why hasn't Disney gotten the elephant rides to Animal Kingdom yet? Gotten like elephant rides. That would be cool. What if you could ride elephants at Animal Kingdom?
Then you have people yelling at animal abuse, though. SeaWorld already gets a bad rap because of animal cruelty. So I wouldn't see Disney would do elephant rides.
Okay, so maybe not and she said, can we petition this as an add-on service, or maybe getting to feed the elephants, and just pet them and all, right? Like,
right.
Oh, she's saying mechanical elephants.
Okay. So like
I missed that.
So like a Dumbo or some other kind of ride with an elephant.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, well, that would kind of, I guess, make sense somewhere, like in Africa, I guess.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Have something like that. I mean, should be
maybe
pretty easy.
Maybe they could add that in over there at Rafiki's Planet Watch, where they basically don't do anything anymore.
I mean, Rafiki's Planet Watch is an extremely important part of Animal Kingdom. Travel Agent William, welcome.
It is, but not really anymore. Like, it's basically just they have they do the animation sketches, but then like you don't really get to like they don't really have a lot back there anymore. It's kind of just you see a couple of like animals in the petting zoo area thing,
right,
and like you can't really see a lot of the medical stuff anymore. I don't think.
Yeah. They still have the window if they're doing stuff, you can see it still.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's not as good as it used to be anyway. Is what I was trying to say.
Right. And Heather said that Animal Kingdom needs more appeal because people label it as the boring park. But see, I disagree because I love Animal Kingdom. There's a lot to see there.
That's what Animal Kingdom is not like a traditional zoo.
Right.
Like if you think about a zoo, you think about an animal behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
Most zoos. That's what you think about. And if you think about Animal Kingdom doesn't have bars a lot. They have like the enclosures are built such that there is you don't see it when you're looking at it, but there is basically they have built barriers into where the animals cannot get to you, but it looks like they are in a natural environment.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we went when Jameson was in kindergarten. Yeah, kindergarten. He had a kindergarten field trip to the Birmingham Zoo. We were all just I've always loved zoos and everything, but it was disgusting. Like it was horrifying to see how they had these animals, and you don't think about it until you go to like Animal Kingdom and see, how much room they have and how it's more like natural habitat.
So like, when you ride Kilimanjaro Safaris, that's 110 acres. Just that ride is 110 acres.
Right.
The savannah portion of it is wide open. There is no fence or barriers like in the middle of that savannah. It's those animals have free roam of that savannah to go where they want to go. And if they decide to stay in the middle of the road, they're going to park the truck and you're going to sit right there where they decide to move.
Right.
I mean, I have been stuck on that ride for an hour before.
Yeah, and Will and Heather just basically said the same thing over here. That it's hard to appreciate Animal Kingdom if you don't go often. It's mostly locals or Disney vets that really appreciate Animal Kingdom, because it is one of those where if you just take it easy, yes, it doesn't have the attractions that the other parks have and everything. I get that, but there's so much more to see and experience.
Grab a drink real quick. I'm like,
I'm
you're
good.
Thirsty.
So yeah, and if you're just joining us on TikTok, we're live on YouTube as well. We're recording our weekly podcast. So but yeah, I love Animal Kingdom. I do think though, Heather, going back to it, I think that would be kind of cool. Have something like a simulated elephant ride or something like that. I remember I did get to ride elephant at circus one time. Have you ever done that, Chase?
I have not ever rode an elephant. No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Why not?
What are you doing? Getting a cup out of the cabinet so I can get some water.
But no, it's really cool. Like elephants are amazing creatures. I do feel like we should be able to get a little more up close and just see them a little better and all. It's so cool, right, Heather? It is super cool. So, anyways, it's weird, Chase. I can still hear you, but you're gone.
I know because I have my headset on.
It's super weird. I hate when you do this. But anyways, so yeah, if y'all have any other questions or anything, let us know. Chase, we've been going 2.5 hours tonight.
I know, man. We're getting to the point where where it's. I mean, I don't have to get up early, so it's no big deal.
Right.
Do whatever.
Right. So, I think we'll go ahead and call it a night. You good with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
The shade at Animal Kingdom is nice, and I love that kids can be more like kids over there. Like they have, rocks and everything. Like we let our boys, climb on them and have fun. It doesn't say no climbing. It's not dangerous.
Just so like a cast member says no climbing on that rock.
Yeah. So it is a weekly podcast. And we record it live on YouTube. Just recently, I've been able to go live on TikTok, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it here. That's why you can hear Chase, my co-host, but you can't see him. He's over on the YouTube side. But yeah,
technically, I could probably, if I could get my gimbal and set my phone up, and I could join you live on TikTok.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think you can add a person into your TikTok live.
I do want to we do need to get Will on, because we do an episode called Self-Respecting Men Who Love Disney. And Will, you'll appreciate this. So a while back, my mother-in-law asked my wife, what kind of self-respecting man loves Disney the way that your husband does? I got the answer for you. We started doing episodes with self-respecting men who love Disney. So yeah, it's kind of a slap to her, but it's also it's really fun to do. So
would you rather? I got one. Would you rather watch episode 2 Attack of the Clones over and over again, or The Last Jedi?
I don't know.
That's a tough one, ain't it?
That is a tough
actually,
one.
It's a tough one, but actually, it's really not if you think about it.
I'm gonna have to go Clones. I'm gonna have to go to Clones.
Yeah.
because
even though both of those, like, you have like the horrible sand gets everywhere, yada yada love story.
Right.
But The Last Jedi is just a piece of trash. Yeah. Like overall, at least in Attack of the Clones, you get the big lightsaber stuff at the end.
That's true. Heather just said insert Jeopardy music, and that's funny because we actually are working on doing an episode where we play Disney Jeopardy.
So, yep.
Yeah. I feel like I need to come up with a little tougher questions. So,
well, like, let me know what the categories are, and we can come up with some stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
Because are you going to do a regular and then a double Jeopardy as well?
So I'm still looking. I have a regular right now. That's not.
I think we need to do a double Jeopardy too.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do like a regular, like a real Jeopardy show. We need to hang a regular, double, and then Final Jeopardy. And the Final Jeopardy's got to be something like super hard.
You're going to make me have to go and watch some Jeopardy to remember how all that works.
Well, the double Jeopardy, the points are doubled,
right?
And then you have the daily doubles. We don't have to do the daily doubles. We can skip all that stuff.
You're getting deep.
But the questions are a little harder on the double Jeopardy.
Right.
And the Final Jeopardy is usually a really tough question. So like you have to like pull something crazy out of like the Disney archives or something, like some kind of like Imagineering question, or something like really kind of in depth something.
Right. And that's right. With the Final Jeopardy, you wager, right?
You wager.
That's what Will was just saying.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Yeah. We'll get that together. You can't come up with the questions though. You're a contestant on it.
Oh.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
I forgot I thought I was helping you do it right. I didn't realize
hey James, here's a great question for Final Jeopardy. I wager 1 million points. Cheater. Oh man.
I forgot, man. I forgot about that.
That's awesome. Anyways, podcast, we're going to wrap that up. Then we'll close some things out with YouTube and TikTok. Thank you so much for listening. Come join us on YouTube. Join us on the old Clock app. Let's have some fun. Engage with us. We love you. We'll be talking to you real soon.
Later.
All right. So the podcast is closed. That's awesome. Now we have a show for when we're going to Disney. I love that. anyways, tomorrow morning I'll be doing another live on TikTok, doing some music. Going to have some trivia, news. So we're just going to have some fun hanging out early in the morning. I say early; it's going to be 8 o'clock Central Time. So 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
Disney time.
Yep. And that would be 6 o'clock for the West Coasters. So yeah, be live right here on TikTok, doing Disney radio, just hanging out, doing some music and news trivia, and yeah, just having fun, hanging out. Janice says too early for her. Yeah, it's almost too early for me. And actually, that would typically be too late for me because I work nights.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you'd be laying down in bed at that point, normally.
Right. So, anyways, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. It's been fun. Chase, you got anything else?
Nope. I think we've talked enough tonight.
I think we have to. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on TikTok and the YouTube. Been a lot of fun. We'll be seeing you next week, right?